All right, everybody, welcome out to the Logrum Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, July the 29th, 2025. Jersey Johnny coming at you. With me, as always, is none other Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Hello and happy National Chicken Wing Day.
Happy National Chicken Wing Day. Got to change the background there for a second. There we go. That's much better.
What was that? What was that?
I don't know what that was. It switched for some reason. But in any event, happy National Chicken Wing Day. For those who celebrate. Clearly, Dave does.
Clearly, I do. Well, we probably celebrate it once every other week here.
I was going to say, I celebrate I celebrate National Chicken Wing Day anytime I go to the boathouse right up here.
Yeah.
Or Jack's around the corner, or Anchor, or pretty much anywhere I go that has food, I'm getting wings. It's foregone conclusion.
No, I'm not gonna make them at home. Do them in the air fryer. And I've gotten because we do it so often, I've had to have been very creative with my wing sauces.
And what would that be?
Well, this one
well, the ones you're eating now, I'm saying.
This is a blueberry chipotle.
Blueberry chipotle.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we have blueberry wings or something like that up in Maine?
We did at Blaze.
Was it Blaze or was it?
That was Blaze.
Thought it was, maybe it was Blaze. I thought it was Liquid Riot.
No, it wasn't Liquid Riot.
Maybe it was Blaze.
It was definitely Blaze.
It was blueberry, but it was blueberry wings. Is my point.
It was blueberry habanero barbecue.
Yes,
is what they were. That was at Blaze. That was at Blaze in it wasn't in Portland though. So we had it. We had it in Bar Harbor.
I think you had them in Bar Harbor. Then I ordered them at
the place in Portland.
A place in Portland at Liquid Riot.
Oh, Liquid Riot. Okay.
And I could have sworn you had some too, but anyway, whatever. It was 4 years ago. It was literally 4 years ago, like next week, or a week and a half.
No, long month. We were there in August.
Next week.
2 weeks.
In 2 days, it's August.
No, not in 2 days.
2 days. Okay, yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
16 days. I think.
Well, it was the night before Kerry's birthday.
Okay, then 15 will split the difference.
There you go. Anyway, enough about that. Nobody needs to know when we had wings that nobody can have.
So, no, but anyway. these came out nice. I like these. I've got to remember this one.
Yeah. But
I
mean,
you just brown sugar, blueberries, of course, balsamic vinegar, and chipotle, and a little bit of vanilla. That's it.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. I on that note, really quick, I wanted to say this. I use the air fryer for wings too, but I start them in the oven.
Yeah, just to make sure.
I start them in the oven, get them nice and just about. I don't overcook them, right? You don't want your rubber, but get them pretty much done, and then put them in the air fryer to finish cooking them and crisp them up.
Now, do you ever toss them in like cornstarch to crisp them?
I have not. No, I know people that do. I haven't.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing on this one, but they always crisp up nicely enough for me.
Yeah, I've never had an issue. So anyway, and anybody that's mean to anybody and tells them they do have an issue and they have to use cornstarch, I mean, they're just being a dick. Right?
What would you tell them?
Well, I would tell them, don't be a dick.
And it is don't be a dick.
Happy day. Don't be a dick day.
So we're going to try not to be too dickish on the show today.
Exactly.
We'll see. It's hard.
Want to revisit our third day later, or
I don't know. We can talk about it. We can layer that right in right now if you want.
We can layer it in right now. Happy National Lasagna Day. All right.
Okay. Question.
Yep.
Vegetarian lasagna? Yes or no?
No.
And I normally agree.
But I've had it. It's fine. I can't make one. I have to put meatballs and
right. But
every other. Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
There was one time when we were in Valabiadne, and this one place, Trey Nagari, I think.
Okay.
And they had, because it was in season, asparagus lasagna.
Interesting.
It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. So, anyway.
Gotcha. What was that? Pete just said something, but let's
yeah, I said see what it is. Okay. He's replying to the comments that are coming in.
I think he is. All right.
I think he is. So
let's get him on the show.
Let's bring him on because I need a beer after this.
I need a beer too.
They're a little birdie.
Please welcome to the show our guest tonight, Mr. Pete Colucci. How are you, Pete?
Hey, Pete.
What's going on, guys? I saw Brian Boak in the comment box, and I'm like, oh, shit, Monster Mash. But apparently I didn't put the comment in the right spot.
No, we saw it, though, so.
Yeah, there it is. Hold on one second. There you go. There's your how to put that up.
Hey-o.
Pete Colucci, long-time beer industry pro, and he is a long-time beer industry pro. He's been in this industry. Well, he just said more than half his life. So,
well, they didn't hear us because that was before the show started. John.
I know that's why.
Okay.
That's why I said it right now. That's why I bring it up.
But you made it sound like dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just finishing off dinner.
Yeah, I haven't eaten it yet. I'll eat after we're done.
You getting wings?
So, and then no, we're not having wings. I was gonna walk up and get them, but it was busy up there. And even though Boathouse is a block and a half away from me, I don't want to be outside. I did not want to. I had no other reason at that point in time during the day to go outside. So I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'll
104 today at its hottest. So
yeah,
that's not cool. Literally.
We'll throw up what Pete was talking about. Brian Boak just commented. Cheers. He said, I bake mine in the oven or put them in the smoker. Also cook them offset on the grill. Just marinate in Franks and butter. Yes, that's always
classic buffalo sauce.
And then he said, veggie lasagna is fake. There you go. There you go. And Pete had said Monster Mash, ! And Pete said, I had a 2009 Monster Mash over the weekend. And a few weekends ago, Brian, you had a 2010 Monster Mash with two other guys. Yeah.
And look what I walked away with.
Yeah, nice.
My bottle's in the fridge downstairs. But yeah, we had that one's not a 2010.
No, it's not a 2009.
But yeah, we did. We were over Brian's house, and Brian opened a 2010 Monster Mash. So.
Awesome,
fantastic! It was ridiculous.
Yeah, we got to get back over there soon.
Yeah, we do.
This time we supplied the beer.
There we go.
It's funny. I was brainstorming just a bunch of New Jersey breweries as I was kind of preparing for this podcast, and Boak's came up in my mind, and I hadn't thought about Boak's Brewer in a very long time, and now Brian Boak is here. It's pretty cool.
There you go.
And that was his final tap takeover when he closed the brewery was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Where was that?
It was at the bar that I managed in North Jersey. So at a 3-1 Main up there. We had a bunch of his beer. And it was actually technically after he closed, but we purchased the beer before he closed, so it was all fine.
It's all the up and up.
It was all on the up and up. So, but it was all good. But in any event, not about that. That's what we're talking about, though. No. Breweries closing, and there are certain factors, that make breweries close. Sometimes they're unavoidable, and we'll get into that too. But
can we open our beers first?
But I was just going to say, before we get into any of that, let's open our beers and start the podcast with the question we want. Pete, what are you drinking first?
Well, first, I'm just drinking classic Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. I thought we were talking about legacy brands, and this is my absolute favorite legacy beer.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's always in my fridge. I couldn't even tell you how many of these I drank so far this summer. But I do have something special that I'd like to open up. This is a 2009 Sierra Nevada Bigfoot.
Nice.
Figured just crack one of those bad boys.
I'll be drinking one too later.
Oh, nice. What year you got?
It's only 2020.
Okay.
2009, nice.
I had a vertical, many year vertical. They're gone. You can figure out why they're gone.
The oldest I have is 99, but my collection of verticals start with the 08s.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Very nice.
This is probably this will be the first show where everybody on this show will be drinking barley wine.
That's true.
That's funny. The beer I didn't crack was going to be a Victory Old Horizontal. So we were barley wine.
Oh, you're killing me, Pete. Hey, can you promise me that you won't crack that unless I'm there?
I'll gift you a full bottle, but yeah, I'll crack this one with you.
I've been. I actually texted Pat like 2 weeks ago, asking him if he had any, or if the brewery had any, or even if there was an empty bottle around.
I'm so ignorant right now. Are they not even producing Old Horizontal anymore? Oh wow. Okay.
They stopped making Old Ho. They stopped making Storm King. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What a world.
Yeah.
Pat Reed's the man, by the way. Pat, if you're watching, you're the man.
Pat is the man. Pat is the man. Dave, what are you drinking?
Well, since we were doing legacy, I went with an Ommegang wit.
Nice.
Started with
These
little.
guys have been doing this for a while. They got one of the most beautiful breweries in the country.
They do.
They're one of the breweries who do Belgian styles that are respected by the Belgians. You know, they do a lot of collabs with Belgian breweries. So, and this is it's probably my third favorite wit on the planet.
Is it?
Yeah, Hoegaarden number one.
What's number one?
Hoegaarden.
Okay.
The OG.
Peter
Then,
Sellers.
oh yeah. And then Allagash. But that's
my wife's favorite beer.
Yeah.
Allagash White is I love it, and this is like right there, just a scotch behind it as far as I'm concerned. So
I'll be there. I'll be there next week.
Up in Cooperstown?
No, at Allagash.
Allagash.
Oh, okay.
So well,
What should we call it?
I'm going to see if I can get to Hoegaarden in a month.
While you're over there, yeah, absolutely. Whatchamacallit? My first beer is I went back to a brewery that opened in '88 in Cleveland, Ohio, and that would be Great Lakes. And I'm starting out with Little Mr. Elliot Ness.
This is crazy. I was going to wear my Great Lakes shirt, but it's a long sleeve and it's fucking hot. So
It's hot, yeah.
It is hot.
That looks good for 2009.
That's really nice.
That shit.
Cheers,
Really
guys.
nice.
Cheers.
It's rare that I'm drinking the lightest beer on the show.
Yeah, like
You know, I tend towards the dark. beers.
you tend to lean towards the dark. Well, hold on. Give yourself a minute. You're gonna get there.
I'll get there.
You're gonna get there.
Don't get me wrong.
You're gonna get there.
Not a show goes by that I. Well, no, there is when I go all lagers.
Yeah,
But even then, it's usually a Schwartz.
once in a while. Yeah, exactly. So you get all lagers. You had a Schwartz, a Tamave Pivo, and a Polo Tamave. Just lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
All lagers.
All lagers.
It's all lagers.
There you go. All right. Before we get into the nuts and bolts we're going to talk about, Pete, we got to ask you the first.
Nuts and bolts. I thought we're talking beer.
Beer. I know. I knew you were going to say that.
You set me up for it.
I did.
Don't throw up beef. You know what? I probably shouldn't have done it because it is Don't Be a Dick Day.
It is Don't Be a Dick.
That was National Wing Day.
And it's also Don't Be a Dick Day, and also National Lasagna Day. So
Exactly.
There you go.
There's more.
There's too many days. When is we gotta? I gotta check. Did you? We actually have. There is an International Lager Room Guys Day.
Mm-hmm. You want me to check?
It's September
Yeah,
17th.
Yeah, you go through the question.
I'll go through the question.
And I'll look it up.
The first time we have anybody on the show, we always ask them the same first question. To the best of your knowledge, what was the first craft beer you had? Not beer, craft beer. And it can be, quote unquote craft, but
if it can be quote unquote craft, I mean the conversion beer, the gateway beer, whatever you want to call it, for me was Duvel from Belgium. It is the most classic. It is the reason why I stuck with beer for so many years. It's just it was a game changer, 100%.
Amazing. That was the first, short of macro lager that you've had.
Yeah. I mean, I was my beers of choice before that were Rolling Rock or whatever, bullshit keg or ice beer we were drinking. And my buddy's father, who I actually went to Denmark and Sweden and Belgium and Amsterdam and many places with, he introduced me to Duvel when I was far too young to be drinking Duvel, and just never looked back.
That's awesome.
John,
and I mean, all bets were off at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
September 28th, John.
September 28th. There you go. That's International Lager Room Guys Day. So that's why it's our 5th anniversary this year.
It's a Sunday this year.
It's a Sunday this year. So we'll celebrate it on the show on the 30th. Or we'll talk about it the week before on your favorite show with Brew Guru.
Oh, that's right. That's a pumpkin.
The pumpkin show, yeah. We do it. This is the 5th annual pumpkin beer show.
You were telling me about the pumpkin show.
Yeah, Dave loves it. But
I adore it. So look forward to it every year.
We usually do it in October, though. We're doing it in September this year, and it's only 2 days after True Oktoberfest. So maybe we can pepper in an Oktoberfest.
I may have it out.
There you go. We'll figure it out. So, All right.
I
So
do. I've got already 3 put aside for it from last year.
I know you did. Yeah, I have a few. I might know of somewhere I can get some others though.
You might.
So, but in any event,
Pete might know as well.
Pete might know as well.
Yeah.
So. All right, look, Dave and I have been talking on the show from time to time about it, and Pete, you and I, when we see each other during the week, ad nauseum of talking about legacy brands and what they mean to the industry. And it's at the point now, like, we can't forget where we came from, and a lot of these beers are not only fantastic, but they're better than a lot of the stuff out there now.
Absolutely.
And they're still being produced, and they're still being produced fantastically. But we it pains me. I'm trying to figure out how to get the word out there, just to virtually smack people up the side of the head and say, hey, don't forget these. Don't forget what got us here.
Yep. We've been doing it on the show for a while when we lost Anchor.
Right.
Because what we did is we firmly put the blame on all of us.
Yeah.
We didn't forget them. We just took them for granted that they would always be there. So we weren't buying, these beers that we loved, and we lost them. And now we've got this. We've got this lesson in front of us that if you want these guys to survive, and we want to be able to get their beer, and we're going to get even deeper into this conversation, but if you want to continue to get these beers, you've got to buy them every now and then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't exist out of nothing. They need to make money to survive. And so we've said it on the show many times. Once a week. Just once a week.
Yep.
Buy a 4-pack or a 6-pack from one of these breweries.
I mean, once a month, start there.
Yeah, start there. Let's start with once a month. That's fair. Once a month is not a big burden.
And once a month on a 6-pack is something like Anchor Steam beer. I mean, it's really not huge.
It's not a huge commitment.
Your fridge, your guests that you come over your house will like it. Anybody could pick up an Anchor Steam and enjoy it. I did want to say with Anchor Steam, they gave us signs. There was a long decline, at least in the New Jersey market, that once upon a time it was Anchor Steam, it was Old Foghorn, it was Porter, and it was Liberty Ale. And then over time, Old Foghorn went away. And then over time, Liberty Ale and Porter went away. And then Anchor Steam was just the only thing. You had Our Special Christmas Ale, a couple other seasonals perhaps. And then Anchor Steam just fizzled out. This is before they closed, but there was a true decline that you can, and John, you can look it up through the sales history, and it's absolutely wild to just see everything shrink down to just one SKU, and then it was gone.
It's ridiculous. And the beers, and it's not like the beers were, it's not like they weren't making enough of the beer, or the beer was getting it wasn't as good as it was. The quality was going down. It wasn't. It was none of these things. I will say the rebrand that Sapporo did.
That was the nail in the coffin for me.
It was horrible. I mean, just come on.
But they were
tradition. I don't know. That just screamed automatons in an office to me.
They were jumping a shark.
Right.
I think age plays a factor too. I mean, New Jersey's always been kind of saturated with older stuff. Anchor Steam never truly coded their beers. If they did, it was a manufacturing code that wasn't really decipherable. So, you never really knew, other than Christmas Ale, what you were getting was fresh. And I think that plays a huge role in the New Jersey market.
100%. No, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. And you know as well as I do that, sometimes it's not just the brewer and the brewery either when it comes to that. But besides that, whatchamacallit, I don't like every beer they did, with the exception of maybe Liberty Ale. But like, I just had, Dave, what was it, a month and a half ago? I had an Anchor Steam that was clearly a minimum of 2 years old.
What about
probably 2.5 years old?
And I had one.
It's been in my fridge the whole time, mind you, but it was fantastic.
Probably fine. Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic. So,
because I had the one that was left in the fridge. That I told you the last time I was in San Francisco was right after they had been. Well, I had planned the.
Listen to this, Pete. Go ahead.
Yeah, I planned the trip. I had my tour. I had my tour tickets. 2 days later, I get an email. We are ceasing operations. Refunded your. And I was like, no, keep the money. Please keep the money it will help. But so I went, quite upset that I didn't get to go to Anchor. But I remember walking through like the Marina District. I was on my way to see the Yoda fountain in front of LucasArts, and walking through the Marina District, and there's a bar that's got one of those sandwich boards, and it said Anchor Steam on tap. So I go in, I'm drinking a beer, and I sent it to like all the drinking buddies. Like, oh, cool, that's really cool. And then finally, I think it's John who finally pointed it out, or it was somebody else. He's on the West Coast, and it's noon here. I'm like, yes, it's 9 a.m, and I'm drinking Anchor. I love it.
You're on vacation.
Yes, I was.
Exactly. I want to point one thing out. Okay, I'm drinking this Elliott Ness. It's an amber lager from Great Lakes Brewing. This beer is fantastic. I mean,
year-round Oktoberfest, man. I love that.
It is
pretty much.
I mean, how can you go wrong with this? Is an amazing. I mean, the caramel in this, the toffee, the subtle hoppiness in the back, the floral hops in it. This is so it's so well brewed. It's ridiculous. Why isn't this selling more often? But what is selling more often? Look, I'm not gonna put hazies down because they're moneymakers. Obviously, they keep the lights on for everybody.
They've been around long enough that you kind of got to give them their little bit of respect. Like, they've been around for a long time. There's leaders in the category. They're here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they're not going anywhere. They are
shot at the side of the building at Great Lakes. There you go. I'm going to put that up there. So.
They are starting.
Edmund Fitzgerald was my favorite beer for a very
Edmund Fitzgerald's amazing.
Time.
That's an amazing beer.
I'm a huge porter fan, which is why I'm drinking a porter next. More on where it came from in a minute.
Nice.
But which we call it. Yeah, Edmund Fitzgerald is an amazing beer.
Fantastic.
That's probably my favorite Great Lakes beer.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, no, look, you're right. Just to wrap up the Anchor conversation, and quick aside on that, I hope this what's his name? And we've talked about
the Chobani guy,
the Chobani yogurt guy that bought the brand and bought everything. Apparently,
make the joke.
I'm not going to make the. I told you I wouldn't make the joke.
Come on.
I don't know the joke. You got to do it now.
Oh, jeez. I said, I hope that he can. I hope the Chobani yogurt guy can change the culture out there.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
There it is. Hamdi Ulukaya.
Hamdi Ulukaya.
That just rolls right off the tongue.
Hamdi Ulukaya. There you go. But I haven't heard anything yet.
Nope.
I mean, nothing. I mean, it's been a year and a half since he purchased everything.
Yeah.
Are they just doing experimental batches? Are they you're going to be out there? Find out what's going on.
In less than 2 months, I'm going to be out there.
Yeah.
With some industry people.
Knock on the door. Say, Hamdi. Hello.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I doubt he's there, but
he's in New York. He's a New York guy, right? I'm pretty sure he's a New York guy. Yeah. Upstate New York. I'm pretty sure he's upstate.
Oh, upstate. I was saying because I could just take the bus.
No. Upstate New York.
Oh, okay. Well, I can take the bus up.
You could take the bus up
on the Hudson River line.
Let's the three of us get in a car and drive up to Hamdi's place.
I know what's going on the door.
Dude, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
We need
you to bring him back the little bottles or what?
Exactly. Look, I doubt very seriously that we're going to see the distribution footprint that we did once he does start things up again. Maybe someday, but I doubt very seriously.
That's
initially.
It's a bad business model.
Right. So if they do start brewing our special ale again, we're going to have to call on friends in California to get it for us.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah. Hey, Kevy.
How many vintages are gapped now in that?
22 was the first one.
22
was the last one.
So
23 and 24. If they don't do it this year, there's 3.
That's 3. Okay.
Yeah. I have a bottle. I have one left each of 2020, 21, and 22, and I have a Magnum sitting over here of 2016.
Okay.
I forget how far mine go back. I think I'm back to 2006, 8.
We did a vertical once at my house. This is going back to 2013.
Okay.
We did a 96 through 2013.
See, that's awesome. I never liked that beer with age on it personally.
Some more.
But I'll be honest with you.
It's cool.
The best of the 18 years that we had, the best one was 98.
Wow.
Was a 15-year-old beer.
See, I don't like that beer. I don't like that beer fresh. I think that the
I
spices-
like the beer fresh. I love the beer with age on it.
I think the spices are a little too bracing.
Not a lot of age on it. Like 2016's pushing it now, but I did promise there's like 4 or 5 of us that have to be on this bottle, so we all have to be together when I open it.
To me, and Dave, you're going to hate this, but it was always like stumbling into a pumpkin beer after you're tired of pumpkin beers. I could never get into that one. And then I had a buddy who aged them full cases. He would only age full cases. And every year he would try to break some out. We'd do like little mini verticals and stuff like that. And I could never fall in love with it. Larger formats always aged a little bit differently, but I could never fall in love with it personally.
Hey, you know what? There's a phrase that I use all the time that actually fits in with the day. Drink what you like, let others drink what they like. Don't
100%.
be a dick.
100%.
And if it's through the day, don't be a dick.
Because that's if you go on my Untapped profile, that is the quote that I have up there.
It's on the Log Room Guys website too.
Yep, and it's on our website. Everyone's got a different palate.
There you go.
You know, and we appreciate different things.
100%. No, look, hey, that. I love the fact that you feel that way. Like we talked about on the last show. Obviously, we did Christmas in July. I showed you last week. We did Christmas in July last week. And I probably overdid Christmas in July last week, but that's besides the point. But we talked about Mad Elf. I did not have Mad Elf.
You drank more than I did.
I drank more than you did on the show. Yeah.
That's right.
But they were all 12-ounce bottles. That's it.
Uh-huh.
That's my excuse. But
That's
in
right.
any event, so they
it's basically a light beer, so
yeah, right. So, but I didn't have Mad Elf. I did. You and Tom had Mad Elf. But you can't, as far as I'm concerned, with Mad Elf, you can't drink Mad Elf fresh.
Okay.
You got to sit on it. It needs at least a year, if not 2. It mellows out.
That comes together really well.
Insanely good.
And what's funny is I have quite often on the show talked about how much I do not like Mad Elf. That I think it is cherry flavored rocket fuel. I don't care how long
cherry and honey flavored rocket.
I don't care how long you age a thing, but I don't know. Maybe my palate's changed a little bit because I had one on the show, and if I remember correctly, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you had 2 years on it. That's why
I had 2 years on it, but still.
I'm telling you, it's a different beer 2 years after it's.
It is, and I've had some of their crews at the brewery, and those were quite.
Oh, yeah, the crews are good. The Grand Crews are good.
Now the crews are just basically Mad Elf with like elevated cherries and honey, right? Like it's a nicer elf. Those were always good.
Yeah,
but I've also had some vintage at the brewery too as well.
I got a couple of those sitting around too.
I wonder how those big 3 liters are aging these days. I don't know when they stopped, 2015 or something like that. But
oh my God, I forgot about those things.
2016. That was, I think that was the last time. Yeah. Did you just open your second beer, Dave?
You heard you heard it.
I heard it. Yeah. What is it?
So we're talking about some larger.
Hold on, I'm just fixing my shirt here.
Yeah, fix your shirt.
Barley wine day.
It's kind of his barley wine day today because I am drinking.
Look at that,
John's shirt.
Nice.
I don't know what year this one is. I think this is at least a year old.
They stamped them, so it's on there.
Yeah, it's on here somewhere.
I have a 21 downstairs, a Blithering Idiot. So I got to get on that.
It's a year and a half old. It's from February 24.
Yeah.
I've got some old label bottles somewhere over here.
Yeah. Oh God, I love that. I really
those are the best.
Don't get me wrong. I love this. This is fantastic. I love this graphic, and there's a place in my heart for that old logo. Do you know the story behind where they got the name?
Weyerbacher? Other than Dan? No, I don't.
No, the name for Blithering Idiot.
Oh no.
It's actually named after Dan. So
it's named after Dan one night because and also the whole Fool thing was also that one night because they go to Victory because they're getting tired of doing, because they did an IPA, they did a brown, they did a pale, they did a stout, all that lineup. If you remember in the 90s, every brewery had that same lineup, and you went through that. You started off with the blonde, then you had the pale, the bold, then the pale, then the IPA, then the porter, then the stout. Every brewery had those beers, and they're getting tired of doing that, so they go to Victory. Victory had been doing all kinds of different things back then, and he had their
their barley wine.
The old horizontal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The old horizontal. He had a lot of them. They took his keys away from him. He's in the back seat and he's going, "We gotta make one of these." And he just wouldn't shut up. They said he turned into a blithering idiot. And so they named the beer after him. And that one with the initial Jester logo, that look on his face is Drunk Dan. And it turned out to be the most genius thing they ever did, because back then beers were named blonde, pale, IPA, porter. They didn't really have.
Okay.
And so Weyerbacher names this Blithering Idiot, and everyone's like, "Blithering Idiot, I gotta try that."
See, that's so funny you say. I thought Victory kind of came up with that with Hop Devil and Prima and stuff like that. I thought they were like the OG naming.
They were, and it was along the same line.
So it was just another borrowed
thing.
Yeah.
But doing Blithering Idiot, just having that kind of, because Prima Pill's cool name. That's a cool name. It's Blithering Idiot. I mean, come on, who does something like that?
Well, and it just 6 of those, because they were sold in 6-packs once upon a time.
They were sold in 6 packs.
They were.
That's irresponsible.
Oh yeah.
Hold that thought. I'm going to open my beer. I just want to show it really quick. I did say I was going to have a porter. Well, I'm having this porter.
Nice.
There you go.
Yes.
I had one left, and here it is. So it's my final bottle of 2.5-year-old Anchor Porter. And I'm opening it up with my Great Lakes Brewing church case.
Yeah, there you go. I love this beer. It's and I love the barrel aged version of it.
Insanity.
Oh yeah.
And it's got I just love the tagline for it. The fool has finally lost it. Was their tagline. And I remember the original label. It was just all black.
Yep.
Partially open door with light coming out of it, and you had the shadow of the Jester. That was just fantastic. But I just love this beer because it's everything. It's very English barley wine in nature. It's not an American barley wine. It's an English style barley wine. You've got that leather, and it tastes like it has age even at 1.5 years.
Look at that.
That's such a beautiful thing right there.
So cheers on that one.
As far as I'm concerned, that's one of the 3 must-try porters in the country.
Oh my god!
Is Black Butte the other one other than Edmund? Come on, what is
it? No. As far as standards, as far as baseline beers, Edmund Fitzgerald, that one, and Sierra Nevadas.
Okay.
Those 3, I think, are the baseline.
I'll throw Black Butte in there too.
I love Black Butte.
No, but not as the baseline. I think.
No, it's a baseline. Black Butte, not barrel aged.
No, not the barrel aged.
Oh, not the barrel aged. Okay,
regular Black Butte.
Yes,
like Black Butte, Obsidian, like that stuff. Yeah.
Then absolutely, not the. I think Black Butte always, because every time I have it, I've got the barrel aged version.
There you go.
Like that. Just like that. I'm sorry.
I got to take a ride to Pete's house.
Come on down. I got about 2,000 bottles that I'd love to open with somebody who gives a shit.
That is such a.
Kevin said the same thing to me the other day.
Well, Kevin just got some good shit. Yeah.
He did. Yeah. So
he's into it too. He's got some gems.
He is, and I got a bunch of we got to let's figure out a share.
Oh, yeah.
And not just in the store either, but that's
a real one that we picked up from.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. A real one where you wake up in the morning, the hell am I? Who the hell am I?
Yeah, who the hell am I? Right?
What am I?
So not to belabor Anchor, just to move away from it, and talking about Weyerbacher. I mean, it's along the same lines, and this leads me into something I want to talk about. We'll start with Weyerbacher too, and it's sales numbers too. You know what? I mean, I can't be selfish, right? I love certain beers. If other people don't, and the masses don't love them, and they stop brewing the beer because of that, well, I'm being selfish that I want the beer. But there were beers out there that were fantastic that had stopped being brewed because of other reasons or whatever. But specifically talking about Weyerbacher, I miss Double Simcoe.
Oh God! But the cork and cage, especially.
Oddly enough, yes, the cork and cage version of a double IPA. How weird is that, right? I mean,
well, Squall Dogfish Head Squall is my favorite beer they ever produced.
Bottle conditioned 90-minute. Who knew that it could be so
100%?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bottle conditioning and IPA gives it this mouthfeel, this lush, beautiful, silky mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened with Simcoe. And I love Simcoe hops. And when they did that, I remember my first time to the brewery, and we always ask the question, we'll let you answer it soon. What was the first brewery you went to? And I'm pretty certain Weyerbacher is the first one I went to.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a picture of it the other day. I'm not going to do, I can't do what John does and pull up pictures at will.
Well, it's because on my phone, I can go to a map and I can zero in on a location and pull the picture up. That's the only reason I can.
I could probably do it on mine. I just haven't figured out how to do that. But I have a picture of when I was there, and it's where they had the tasting bar as you walked in, it was in the corner up back there on the left. And it was just a bunch of stacked pallets, and they had some kegerators.
The brewery's still in the same place, but it's set up completely different.
Completely different now. But what they did is they poured you Simcoe from the tap,
yeah.
and then they poured it for you from the bottle,
right? So
you could feel the difference. And then when I say feel the difference, it's not just feel, but you also taste the difference. There is a taste difference as that yeast.
Now, is that a mouthfeel or?
It was definitely a mouthfeel. There was
no nose.
The nose feels similar. The nose feel between the two is the same.
It's a friend of ours. He was busting our chops about all beer snobs and everything else. So the mouthfeel and everything. He goes, "Oh, the nose feel on this one."
Nose feel.
So we use that all the time now. And actually, there's some of us that don't forget that his real name's Eric. We just call him Nose.
We just call him Nose Feel. Yeah. I'm gonna catch up on a couple of comments from Brian. He said his first beer that he had was his Belgian Saison that he just kegged. He just kegged 3 sixtels.
And we got the pictures of him cleaning.
We get the pictures of him cleaning the kegs before he kegged it.
So we know the kegs were cleaned.
So he's Pete. He's brewing at home now. So Boakes still exists, but just for him and select friends at Giant Games.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, good to know that he's still making beer.
Yeah, he's got fully jacketed fermenters.
In his house, he has fully jacketed fermenters.
Cool.
And then he said it was well stored, not in an AC warehouse.
We were talking about Anchor at the time.
But Anchor, it was well stored, not in an AC warehouse.
AC warehouses certainly have their place in New Jersey.
Exactly.
Today.
They definitely do. And speaking about Anchor, he said he has cousins in Southern California.
There we go.
And the second beer he said he's drinking is a blend of his English Mild and his second runnings of his Monster Mash.
Cool.
And then I said, we're going to Pete's house for a bottle share. And he said, when are we going?
Let's go. I got a pool out back. We can just hang out there and just
work.
Someone's going to drown.
Yeah, hopefully not. Jumping back to Weyerbacher real fast. Hey, do you remember Canis Lupus?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
That was fantastic.
They didn't make that beer for very long, but I think that was the best IPA that they ever made.
And that's the one where they gave all proceeds to the local shelters.
No.
No, that wasn't.
That was the one with the paw on the
the one with the paw.
The Last Chance.
That was last chance.
That was Last Chance, absolutely.
And then Hops Infusion. Was it Hops Infusion? Was their year-round base IPA that it never ever clicked with me. Never.
Neither. It was very much a British style IPA that
which I don't mind, but I never I don't know. Never fell in love with it.
Well, because you're drinking a British style IPA right now.
Yeah. I like that. I like balance. Yeah. That's my.
Do you remember Verboten?
Yes, of course. Belgian style IPA.
Belgian Pale. Yeah, Belgian.
Oh, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Is it a Verboten? Hoppet? I hope it's not.
Hope it's what?
Earthel Hoppet for Belgian IPA.
Earthel Hoppet.
Remember that?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was not a good beer.
Where'd he go?
He froze.
There you go.
Zotten.
Zotten.
That was just a Belgian Pale Ale. That beer was
no.
great.
Do you know what this is?
Okay.
So Zotten, there is a brewery in
Bruges
that brews something called Zotten, and they called Weyerbacher, and they gave them a cease and desist. Said you can't, and so they're like, we'll pull everything off the shelf. We'll do this. We're like, no. You don't need to do that. Just change the name on your next batch. They were not being a dick about it.
It was apparently it was Don't Be a Dick Day, so they weren't being a dick.
So they weren't being a dick. And so
15 years ago today.
Honestly, Weyerbacher already had the Jester theme going anyway. They kind of should have just.
Well, the Belgian brewery probably had it going a lot longer.
They did. They had the gesture too.
So what they did is, tongue in cheek, Weyerbacher changed the name of Zaten to Verboten because it's forbidden. Because it means forbidden. And after that happened, I just happened to be in a liquor store, not a really good liquor store, and I look and there's a 6-pack of these things. Now, would I drink this? No, because this thing is ancient at this point, and this style does not hold up.
No, you can't drink. You can't drink that one now.
But these, I've got, I think 3 of them still capped,
Cool.
and they're just a curiosity at this point. They're just.
Well, it's not going to be bad. You should actually just, in the name of science, you should.
I would taste
show one and open it up. Yeah, I'll taste it with you too.
Yeah, so
bring it to the share. We'll start with just to take a taste of it, just to see what it.
I had a couple ounces of a 1979 Guinness Extra Stout this past Monday, and it was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, I know. And
did you see the bottle? Were you?
I saw the bottle, and he says, "I'm so sorry, I didn't wait for you to get here."
I were you there on Monday?
I was. I got there at 1.
Okay. We drank it at like 10 a.m.
It was like 10 a.m. I know.
You can't drink all day unless you start.
Yeah, that's right. On a Monday.
But I felt so bad for him. He's like, I'm so sorry I didn't wait for him. I'm like, dude, it's okay.
Dude, it had.
I find another one. It's good. Yeah.
It had carb to it. Like it was.
He said that.
It was out of this. It was out of this world, to be honest with you. I couldn't believe it.
There is no year on this bottle. So I have no idea how old this is.
It's got to be 2012, 2013. It's got to be somewhere in there.
It's got to be the last year they did it, because I think they only did it 1 year as Zaten before they were given the cease and desist.
Yeah, it's got to be right around there. Or maybe even early, maybe 2010, 2011, somewhere in there.
But based on the volume of Weyerbacher into New Jersey, there wasn't much of it. So that's fine.
And if you look at this, there's that old logo right there.
Yep.
Comic Sans.
There you go. There you go. And of course they're. I mean, she wasn't there for the longest time, but she was there pretty long. Weyerbacher, Natalie.
Oh, Natalie's the best.
Natalie's the best. I mean, come on.
There were liquor stores.
She was in my phone for years as Weyerbacher, Natalie.
Yeah, Weyerbacher Nat.
She's probably still in my phone as Weyerbacher, Natalie.
There are liquor stores out there that had Weyerbacher bottles that they had no right ever buying.
No, just Natalie DeChico, but it's actually in as it still to this day says Weyerbacher Brewing.
Oh yeah.
And your battery's almost dead, by the way.
And my battery's almost dead. I know.
But then she never took Scott's name, huh?
Apparently not.
Is she with Founders still? Does anybody know?
Last I heard, she was, but I haven't heard from Natalie in so long.
Me either.
So long.
And I haven't heard from Scott Crystal in like forever.
So
I remember being in my.
In a minute.
I don't know what he did after Hunterdon.
I know what I know what I only know what a few people did after Hunterdon. Like like.
But I was in my I went to a ShopRite. I shopped at a ShopRite that actually had the liquor store in it. And the guys there didn't know anything about beer. Usually, if I was in there and someone was asking about beer, they'd ask me to help them. And I'm listening to this one guy, and he's talking to somebody and helping them. He actually knew what the hell he was talking about. And I look around the corner, and it's Scott Crystal. He didn't work there. He was just helping somebody.
Sure. Of course, it worked there. Yeah, it was like that.
Was that when Scott was being a sales rep, or was he a manager at that point? He got a sales rep selling to South Plainfield. What was it the Buy Right Dan Ratty's store?
Dan Ratty's store in South Plainfield.
Yeah. I remember Scott was his rep.
Yeah, I think he was a manager at the time. He had just I think he had just been promoted actually.
Okay.
That's a while ago. So
I knew him when he worked at Cloverleaf.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I went to Cloverleaf. I started talking to one of the bartenders, and if you remember when Scott first started, he was a little on the arrogant side, a wee bit. And so the bartender was like, "We've got." You kind of know what you're talking about. We've got someone you need to discuss with. And him and I got into so many arguments over beer. It was hilarious.
It's great though.
You gotta love it.
Oh, but that was the best part about it. We always walked away learning something.
No, of course.
Well,
I'm glad. I'm glad you.
That's what a good beer guy should do, right, John?
100%. 100%. Believe me, I want to talk to a 21-year-old and walk away learning something. I do. I'm not even saying that facetiously. I
No.
seriously do.
But the one thing I always notice when you get a bunch of beer guys together and they start talking beer, it almost becomes almost like this kind of pecking order kind of thing where if they're really into it, they really know what they're doing, they will identify the one that has had the most experience, knows what they're talking about, and the other ones listen and learn.
Yeah.
And I experienced that a lot in the earlier days of craft beer. I don't see it as much anymore. But
you don't see it as much. You do see it, and I have
You
seen
do.
it, but
You still see it.
you don't see it anywhere near as much.
Everybody knows everything now with one of these.
Yes, they
That's
do.
the fucking problem.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you go in there and you look and there's the influencer talking about something and they're making their salt spicier by adding table salt to it. They're giving wrong information. So the things that people think they know, it tends to be wrong most of the time because just because an influencer said it doesn't mean it's right.
No, it doesn't.
If it comes from a place of passion and they're willing to learn, then I think it's all good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
On that note, I just want to I said it before about Great Lakes. I can't say enough about this. This is stupid. I wish I had another case of this. The age on this is actually making it better than it was when it was fresh. It's
Drinking like a yoo-hoo at this point.
It's so good. You'd have no idea.
Actually, the last one
I had more. This is it. I mean,
the last one of those that I had, the roast came out actually for me.
I'm getting a little bit of roast, but more chocolate, and I'm getting a little leather on it too. Oddly enough.
Yeah. I got leather out of it as well. I've got a couple of liquor stores in this area. There's one just down there, and they really like their IPAs. I can get foam IPAs down there.
Well, you can get foam IPAs in Westfield.
Well, you do have to understand something. Where I live in Union City.
Hey, dude, you can take the train right to my store. So
I live in Union City, and what usually is going out of there is Modelo.
Is that weird, Pete, that I'm calling it my store? Is that all right?
No, it's totally fine. Totally fine. My store too, though.
Yeah.
But this store,
Our store.
It's all Modelo and Corona out of there, but I can get. One time they had Focal Banger.
There you go.
Because the one thing that I know, because I've got a lot of friends that are from India. Indians love their freaking IPAs, and they run that store. But if I go a little bit ways down that way,
hey, if only they had a word in the acronym IPA.
Yeah, I wonder why they like that so much. But there's another store that I like to go to, and I've said this on the show a few times. What she likes to do is if she gets a bunch of stuff from one brewery, she'll mix 6-packs and 4-packs.
Yeah.
And cases.
She'll customize it, like you don't get to mix and match. It's
no, she does it. She does it.
That's cool.
She does it. They did. I did it with a bunch of Dogfish Heads. But when Anchor closed, I went in there and I grabbed this one mixed case of Anchor, and it was porter and steam. And she looks at me, goes, "Why is all this moving so quickly?" I said, "Because
she had no idea."
Yeah.
I said, "The brewery just closed." She goes, "That's why I can't order more." I said, "Do you have any more in back?" She goes, "I've got one more." I said, "I will take it. I will clean you out of this stuff. Give it to me." And I know I gave John some of those. I don't know if was that porter left over from some of the ones I gave you.
That porter was not. I got that one. The ones you gave me, they were gone in
because they were
a week.
Oh, that's right. They weren't bottles anyway. They were cans.
They were gone in a week.
So yeah, I took everything out of there that I possibly could. So I like going down there every now and then, seeing what she's got. Like there's like mixed what you call it, Lagunitas down there.
What's Lagunitas tasting like these days? Like are they?
I haven't bought them in ages.
Lagunitas is selling ridiculously well right now.
Okay.
It really is.
Across the board, or is it just
across
IPA?
the board?
Yeah.
Across the board. IPA, something, daytime, Hazy Maximus, all of them. They're selling.
Maximus was good. You know my favorite one was.
I'm happily shocked.
Was Waldo's like a draw? Like did people come looking for it? Or like willetized? I don't even know if they do willetized.
You know what? I haven't been able to get Waldo or Willetts or any of that.
Major distribution change in New Jersey.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? It's what they want to what they want to brew and put out in distro and put out in market now. Which is going to lead me to this next part of the conversation too, which I'll get to after I do that.
But don't jump off Lagunitas just yet.
Right, but no, it's Lagunitas is everything, but nice,
very nice. And the thing is, it's funny you just brought that up because what I was going to try to get in is my favorite they've ever done is Lucky 13.
Yes. Lucky 13,
awesome
Lucky
beer.
13 is fantastic.
That is my.
I like the Frank Zappa beers because of like the creativity behind it, but Lucky 13 ruled.
Lucky 13 was my favorite thing Lagunitas ever put out.
It'll be red all day, yo.
And if you remember, there was
a beer. I keep talking. I'm going to find them.
It was a 750, not a 750.
22s.
22s.
Yep.
They were in 22s, but they were like $9.
No, they were like $5.
$5. Yeah, they were
$4.99 full retail.
I would buy 6 of those every time it came.
Like I'm only saying this because I'm actually searching in my Untapped, but Lagunitas Sucks was actually a good, really.
It was a great one.
It used to be heavily allocated. That was like a rarity.
It was ridiculously good.
So
Brown Sugar was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Fuzzy Eyeball
was great.
Wow. Yeah.
Where the hell? Oh, remember undercover investigation shutdown, Al?
Yeah, I remember all the drama there.
Yeah.
Now you can smoke as much weed as you want.
And you remember the so many stories behind that. You remember the
Citrus and Ensis?
Yeah.
You remember the fake rap battle they got into with Sierra?
Yeah.
Where Sierra put out an IPA, and it was in these block letters that said IPA diagonally across the label. Lagunitas served them with a cease and desist, and the whole craft beer fandom went, bullshit. You guys set this all up. We're not buying it.
Yeah.
And very quickly, the whole story went away.
And then it turned into Censordale, if I'm not mistaken.
And then it turned into
Censordale, yeah. Old Gnarly Wine was the one I was looking for.
Oh, that was a good one. But yeah, they tried to even keep this faux rap battle going on, and no one was buying it. It was cute. Thanks. Yeah. It entertained us for a couple of months. It was funny.
I just opened my before we get into that conversation I want to dive into. I just opened my third. Yeah. Did you open your third yet?
No, I'm drinking a barley wine, John.
There you go. There you go. My third was Pete's 1.5. There you go. So there you go. So 2024 Bigfoot. There you go.
Yeah, those don't suck.
They don't suck.
I've got it tattooed on myself. That's one of my absolute favorites.
You have a tattoo of it?
I have a Sierra Nevada Bigfoot tattoo.
Oh my god.
Should we ask where?
It's on my leg.
Oh, okay.
Remember the design that they did on the bottom of the 6-pack or under the cap? It's sitting on a log with the campfire. That's what I've got.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. So you say you like the beer?
I love it. I do.
Such a good beer. This is stupid good. Very good.
It's stupid good, but is it a blithering idiot?
It's not a blithering idiot, but blithering idiot is an English barley wine.
This is an
American barley wine.
Very much
aggressive as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I've never been a huge fan of the American barley wine. I've always been the English barley wine in that lane.
I love them both. But I really, really like, and it's very unique, and it rarely happens if there's a good hybrid. And the hybrid can be something that wasn't intentionally. I have to think of one.
Like they overhopped in English, or
like either they overhopped in English or
overmalted in American.
Not necessarily, but like age has given English barley wine characteristics to an American barley wine.
Okay, see that.
Okay.
So I'll think one will come to mind. But,
what was one of the most aggressive American barley wines I remember Boulder put out? I can't remember its name.
Was it Killer Penguin?
Killer Penguin. Because I'm thinking Tactical Nuclear Penguin. That's not right. I know that's not.
Brewdog.
It was Killer Penguin. Absolutely, Killer Penguin. I think that was one of the most aggressive American style barley wines put out.
Boulder's OG, and nobody gives them respect, man.
No, and they've closed their tap room. They're production only.
But GABF is still in Boulder for that reason, because of them.
They were some of my some of my original favorite beers came from Boulder.
Speaking of BrewDog,
great one.
I have here in my hand a bottle of the highest ABV beer that BrewDog has ever put out.
Oh, here it is.
Strength in numbers.
Cool. Was that the arms race that they were in?
Yep.
Well, they claimed that they weren't.
This is it. This is a 1.8 ounce bottle.
That's sick. That's fucking sick.
That's beautiful. What I loved about
this bottle cost me $20, by the way.
What I loved the most about that arms race is when
I'm an idiot.
And
you have the squirrel too. What was the squirrel called?
Sink the Bismarck.
Sink the Bismarck.
No. The squirrel was called End of the World, or something like that. The one with the roadkill. Sink the Bismarck, and that's what.
Oh, you're right. Sink the Bismarck. You're right. It wasn't End of the World. It was
because during that arms race, they said, "Oh no, we're not in a competition with the Germans." And then release Sink the Bismarck. That's Scottish humor right there. That was beautiful.
But it's just James now, right? Martin's gone from the company.
What was it called? End of the World? I think
that could be End of the World.
End of the World.
I think it was End of the World.
That sounds great.
And I love the fact that they put it in
taxidermy roadkill. Yeah. So,
that was amazing.
All right. So to get back to what I was saying. All right. So now you brought up a few things.
End of the World. It's called End of the World.
You brought up a few directions, and there's like three things that I want to focus on. We'll put that one to the side for a second. Remind me Boulder. Just remind me Boulder. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this for a second. Now, you and I have talked for a while, and Scott Dykman, who was at Hunterdon, is now at Remarkable, right? Yeah. The three of us were having a conversation the one day, and he's not wrong, and you said it too. The worst thing, probably the worst thing that happened to the craft beer industry, or the craft beer market, I should say, in the state of New Jersey, was Hunterdon closing.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
And the thing is, we all used to shit on Hunterdon and their practices and all that, and I don't think we understood what they actually brought to the market.
Just speaking from somebody who dealt with them for years and years and years, the lengths that they went through towards, like, not the end, but to make sure allocations were fair, to make sure the stores getting the hard to get beers actually earned them. And as shitty as that is to say earned them, you do have to earn them. You have to earn them by.
You do have to earn them. You can't not buy anything from them and get.
And that's where they got the guff from.
They got the guff from stores and from consumers that didn't understand it. But from the inside, they honestly did a very good job with managing allocations and making sure it went to the right places. And a lot of the time, it was kind of up to the reps to determine, and they had a lot of good reps with good heads on their shoulders that respected the beer.
I had some amazing reps over the years. Amazing reps over the years I had.
No, 100%. The craziest story I heard about Hunterdon is how they had to choose between Victory and Dogfish Head as far as licensing once upon a time. They made, I love Victory, 100%. My wedding's after party was at the Victory tap room. They're one of my favorite breweries of all time. But Hunterdon made the right choice going with Dogfish Head. Volume-wise and business-wise, they crushed. They absolutely crushed. And I don't know. I respect them a lot. I respect a lot of the old Hunterdon stories that I hear. And
100%.
Patensky would put it, they fucked. I still don't know.
They did. He would say that, yeah. But no, I agree with you 100%, Pete, because, I went out of my way to do the right thing by them. And I wouldn't go over and above where it was going to hurt me at the bar or the other store, or wherever I was. But I would definitely, I knew what they were up against. I knew it because, on being on all sides of this industry over the last 20 something years, I know what they're up against, and I want to do the right thing. And doing the right thing by them is also doing the right thing by me, because eventually it's going to come back to me, and I'm going to be able to.
And also people like me that were not industry, we were the drinkers.
Right.
When we would go into like a Sunset Liquors, or we would go into Booten,
Liquor
out on Booten is amazing.
Yeah. Or Circle Liquors way down in South Jersey. Another one of my favorites, or even Jersey Buy right here.
Right, or Sunrise Cellars in Westfield.
Absolutely.
That's what I meant. That's when I said Sunrise. It's I don't think we appreciated at the time that those shelves were lined the way they were, thanks to Hunterdon.
Yes.
They were.
There was another company involved there that brought a lot of the international stuff in, but there was basically two distributors that really made the beer experience back in
and a lot of those
the
brands
2000s and 2010s.
A lot of those brands that were bringing European stuff, especially German and Belgian stuff, into the States, did distribute through Hunterdon.
Well, eventually, Merchant du Vin was through
wine
and liquor company,
and then exactly,
and then eventually went to a beer company.
Beer company, but what I said was, what Pete and I had talked about, and what I had said earlier about Hunterdon closing being one of the worst things that happened to the craft beer market in New Jersey. What that means is all of these brands either left the state, so you can't get them anymore.
Yep.
Okay, or they went to other distributors. Now, some of the ones that went to some of these boutique distributors, who I'll just throw names out there: Remarkable Liquids, Serene. They're fine. They're doing right by them. It is what it is, right? They're moving forward. They may not be bringing in the volume that Hunterdon was bringing in. Some of them they are, some of them they're not. But it's still kind of the same playing field. They can get the beer. It is what it is.
Hunterdon closing happened at the same time the market changed. So I couldn't even imagine working for some of those brands that thought they could keep it going.
Right? Yeah, 100%. But the ones that went to the big houses, the ones that went to the Bud houses and the Coors houses and everything else, now they're getting shelf space, they're getting tab space in the bars and everything else. But problem is, now they have, and I mentioned it before, now they have automatons sitting in an office that don't know what the craft industry is all about.
Yeah.
And they look at the SKUs that are coming into the state.
They look at a ledger sheet.
And they look at the ledger sheet and they say, okay, this beer, and this beer are making us a ton of money. Those are the ones we're going to bring in. We're not bringing anything else in. Forget about everything else. Tell them to keep it in-house. We're just bringing these 3 SKUs. And we don't get any of these other beers in the state anymore.
It's hard. It's hard to fault that.
Can I pause for just 2 seconds? Can I pause for a second? Just 1 second.
Yeah. You want to probably throw a comment up, or do you want to wait till Pete gets back for that comment?
Let me see what the comment is, and then I'll decide.
So people putting comments up. It's funny because the way our system is set up here, the person who actually runs the show and throws the comments up cannot see the comments as readily as myself and the other guests.
Oddly enough, right? It's just
which is weird.
and have fun with that next week.
Yes. We will see, because John will be on vacation next week.
I'll be joining briefly,
but John, for the very first time, will be handing the reins over to moi.
This is show 240. So show 241 will be the first show that I don't.
He's not in charge of.
We're in charge of it. Right?
And I've got to thank John on this. The growth here of actually relinquishing control for a day.
Yeah. Say goodnight to the kid. My bad.
Oh no, no. Things are more important. There are things that are just more important.
100%.
Never miss these times. Trust me on that.
100%.
I've got one child I would never hear from anymore.
I say goodnight. I say goodnight to my my 24-year-old son, only when he texts me at 11 o'clock asking me to, like he can't think of something that I know, and he's out at a bar. And
there you go.
I'm in bed. What do you want?
But my other ones, my oldest is too busy playing video games to deal with this old man anymore.
Right. And he's my youngest, by the way.
My oldest is 3. So
my oldest is about to be 32, and her wedding is in 5 weeks.
Oh wow!
Mine's 24 and in the Air Force.
Right.
So bring the comment up.
We got a comment from Brendan Forbes.
You may know him.
I was never 100 rep.
Mm-hmm. He said.
He's talking about different Pete, I guess.
Pete was mine. Bro, from 10 years, a great dude all around. Pete, I think he means another guy. Pete was his 100 rep.
Yeah.
Brendan Forbes was. Brendan Forbes Brendan's been around for a while. He's bounced around a bit. But he's been an industry insider, if you will, one of us, if you will, for quite some time.
He's got a cute puppy.
And he said, "Oh, my bad." Yeah. Pete was Brennan. Where were you? What were you selling 18 years ago through 3 years ago? What brands were you selling? Other than, I think you were selling Southern Tier at one point. I think you replaced Rob. And then where else did you go after that? It's Brennan. Bring it up, and we'll throw it up there because you probably did visit Pete at some point.
Well, if you were in ShopRite Westfield anytime between 2007 and 2022, 21, I was there.
You're there. There you go.
So, but there's more comments that he put up there. So,
he goes, oh, geez. Well, first of all, I'll do Brennan's first. He said, still sold to you at ShopRite. There you go. But wrong, Pete. And he said, too many things. And then Brian Boak said, my youngest grandchild is 6. And he said, my youngest grandchild is 6. My oldest grandchild is 18. All right, Brian, you're not that much older than Dave and I.
Okay? He started young.
You started.
Don't judge. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he worked for Shore Point, Southern Tier, Victory, 6 Point, Carton, Liquid Runner, Jug Handle, and Ashton in that order. Well, I actually knew that, so he actually did it in order. So
there's interesting.
So yeah, you remember Rob from Southern Tier?
Me?
Yeah.
Rob
Muscatello.
Before Southern Tier and Victory joined forces.
Before Southern Tier and Victory joined forces, yeah. He's down in Nashville now.
Okay.
But Brendan basically took over. Not at all. In fact, I was down there for CBC a couple of years ago, and he and I were texting like back and forth, and like, okay, we're getting together. We never got together. Never. I was down there for a week. We never got together.
There's a lot of people you miss while you're down there.
100%. So I didn't even get together with which we call it was down there. Hot Rods.
John. Oh yeah. Well, he lives down there now.
Chris Weisner. Yeah, I never get together with him either.
Weisner moved down.
Well, I mean, we were at the convention most of the time. We only had like a day and a half kind of free.
And there was times where you were at places and there was other people at the same exact place you were and you never ran into each other.
This is true too. We were there at the same time and didn't have him. But anyway, all right. So my point about 100 and not doing that. So these, like I said, these it's numbers, right? It's a numbers game. And they're bringing the beer in that sells, and they're not bringing the beer in that doesn't, right? And I'm looking at a lot. I look at a lot of SKUs, and I look at a lot of brands, and it's just they're not available in Jersey anymore because they're not bringing them in. And a perfect example is this, and I found this out through Jason Meehan, who works for High Grade up in Randolph, though not North Brunswick, and he told me, and basically what it is Unibrew, right? Mm-hmm. The distribution rights were brought in through AB InBev, I believe.
Yeah.
At this point, into the States. They decided that La Fin du Monde was the best seller in the States. So the only beer that is being imported into the United States from Canada, from Unibrew, is La Fin du Monde. You can't get anything else into the United States.
And
like saying the Honda sells the Civic the most, so we're not going to make anything.
We're not going to make anything else.
You're not going to get a Pilot.
Just sell the Civic.
Right.
And frankly, not for nothing, Maudit's my favorite from them.
Maudit, that's what I was trying to get. I was trying to get Maudit. I want Maudit.
I love Maudit. I want 12 Pistales.
Yeah. Those labels are classic. I mean, they didn't change them.
And they've never changed them. But John and I talked about this earlier. We actually almost got into an argument over it. Because I play devil's advocate here. Because we have these breweries, and we were talking about another brewery at the time, weren't we, John?
We were talking about another brewery.
Yeah. Do you want to bring that up before we get into this?
I'll bring it. You bring it up after I put Brendan's other comments up there. He's talking about Rob Muscatello. He says, Wild Man lives in Tennessee doing liquor now. Yes, he is. And then he said, fun fact, he is exactly 10 years older than me.
So you have the same birthday. Very nice.
Same birthday. There you go.
No, John and I were talking about Avery because the distribution on Avery is changing. They've
San Miguel bought into Avery.
Yes, right.
And now they're actually brewing because San Miguel owns part of Founders.
Yeah.
Most, if not, I can't say all that I know of. Most of the or at least a lot of the all day IPA, is actually brewed in Boulder at Avery.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love that West Coast IPA, the all day West Coast, by the way.
The all day West Coast is actually pretty
killer.
good. Yeah.
I think there's one in my fridge right now.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah.
There's actually three of the all day variants. Were one of the mixed packs I got from down the
John got some June dates a couple of weeks ago, and I spotted them, and I was like,
done.
That's coming home with me.
I've got the tropical all day, and I've got to say I'm not a fan of the tropical.
Nah.
No, well, there's the shandy too. I
didn't try that.
That was not. Thankfully, that was not. Part of it.
It's all right. It's not. It's a shandy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of shandy. But the tropical all day, they just. It's like I was really confused by the
full name. Shandy's an abbreviation of the full word. Anyone? Shandy gaff.
Ah, okay. I do know that word, but that did not come to head.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was really surprised that I didn't like the tropical all. I was excited for it. It's like, oh my God,
I actually haven't had the tropical.
I was like, oh my God, I cracked it open and I took a sip and went, Founders is made this? They're better than this.
Yeah. If I see mango, guava, passion fruit notes, I'm usually like not into it.
Here's my thing. As long as they come from the hops, I'm fine with it. If they're putting the fruit in, no.
But they weren't putting the fruit in. This was just I just think this was a rare occurrence where Founders misuse hops.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think
Devil Dancer exists.
Yeah.
What?
Devil Dancer exists.
Double Dancer.
Didn't that beer smell like garlic, or am I thinking of something?
Okay, yeah. Point taken. It's rare that they misuse hops.
It did. And funny, quick aside, really quick though. The first EBF, Extreme Beer Fest, I ever went to, walk in, and any beer fest I'm going to that's indoors or whatever, I go to the far side first and then work my way back. That's just a method I do it. So I walk in.
Yeah, because you drink yourself as far away from the exit.
I want to be close to the exit when I'm done, right? Yeah. You're not going to. Right. Yeah. All the way over, and the first table I went to was Long Trail, and they had an onion IPA. That's Extreme Beer Fest, right?
I remember this
onion IPA. So I'm like, give me one of those. Boom. My first sip was. This is exactly what I did. My first sip was. Oh my God! This tastes like onions. Right?
What's an onion?
My second sip was this. Oh my God. Tastes like onions.
Which tastes like body odor.
And on to the next one. Right?
And and onions is basically body odor.
Devil Dancer did taste like it did smell like.
Mm-hmm. There was some trend going around when that beer came out. Them and Oscar Blues. I forget what Oscar Blues made. Was it Gubna or something like that? That it just had.
Oh God, Gubna.
Onion garlic thing, and it was. I don't know who was into it. It wasn't me.
I have a feeling there was a point where they were just trying to outgross each other.
Yeah, right.
Will honestly. They buy this? Oh, they will. Okay.
Let's see what we can make them buy. Hey, if the fashion industry can make women wear trash bags as pants, I can see the beer industry. It's like, let's see what
beer industry can do. Yeah. So in any event, so what Dave's bringing up for Avery is the fact that.
Well, I hadn't mentioned it yet, but yes, we were talking about Avery.
Well, we're talking about Avery. You mentioned Avery, but what we're bringing up is the fact that now there's sister companies, right? San Miguel, it has money in both Founders and in Avery, right?
And it's not 100% in each.
No, it's not. It's not 100% each. It's not 100% each. Yeah. But I have to say, I've been to both breweries. I've been to Grand Rapids and Founders, and I've been out to Boulder and Avery. And Avery is they're both beautiful, but Avery is ridiculous. It's not Mills River, Sierra Nevada ridiculous.
You mean Hop Disney World?
Right. But it's so big. It's beautiful. It's such a great place. But in any event, my point being is there's more space to brew out there, obviously, which is why obviously they're probably making the all day IPA out there. But San Miguel hasn't, for whatever reason, their influence or whatever their influences on the breweries that they're invested in. Founders is still putting out most, not all, of course, but most of their line. I mean, you could still get Dirty Bastard, one of my favorite beers of all time. Dirty Bastard. I love that Scotch ale. It's amazing.
I prefer Backwards Bastard.
Backwards Bastard is amazing too, but I can look. I can drink one Backwards Bastard. I can drink 3 Dirty Bastards.
Sure.
Right. So, but they're still putting out porter.
Well, yeah,
they're still putting out breakfast stout. They're still putting out Rubaeus. They're still putting out those beers. You can still get them.
I can get breakfast out down here at the IPA shop.
Yeah, I'm saying you can still you can get them in Westfield too, but you can still get them everywhere.
Sure.
I can't walk to Westfield.
What I heard about the San Miguel purchase, at least when it has to do with Founders, it was a logistical thing involving shipping containers. San Miguel never wanted to change Founders' business in the U.S. But if San Miguel was sending containers to the U.S., they wanted to send them back with something else. So they saw Founders as this high volume brewery, and they thought that was like the way to kind of get that beer into different parts of the world. That's what I heard once upon a time.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Because
but
on the flip side, on Avery, with this purchase of part of, I think it was 30%. I believe it was 30% of Avery. I believe that's what I read. But Avery, if you go to Avery's website, their distribution beers. Now, Pete, you know as well as we do.
In the IPA.
They've put Avery had what? They probably had if you go to their on tap, there's probably 500 beers they've done, right? And they had a lot of them in distro. They have 12 beers right now. That's it.
Do they have a program?
Old Jubilation, for all intents and purposes, is done in distribution.
Sure. I'm sure all the demon stuff is gone.
Demon stuff's gone.
Been gone.
Yeah.
All their wild stuff is gone.
Maharaj is still part of it.
Okay.
Yes. The Reverend
Reverend's still part of it. Ellie's Brown, White Rascal, those beers.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite Avery, other than Tweak, because that's just a ridiculous beer.
Cool.
Yeah. Is Old Jubilation. I'm a huge Old Ale fan. And I'm a huge Christmas Ale fan.
What's it? So where's the comma there? You're a huge.
I'm a huge
old ale fan.
Ale fan.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I knew you were going to do that. You're older than me, by the way, but that's besides the point.
Once again, I'm the oldest person on the show. I love having Tom and Starodumsky on this show
because they're both older than us.
They're older than me.
So, but in any event, so for all intents and purposes, now. I read that they're done with that beer. Like they're not brewing it again.
Old Jubilation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dave read today that they actually have it on tap at the brewery.
However, we both feel they are just draining what they have.
Draining kegs.
It could be. I mean, I'm assuming they have a pilot system.
Right. So now,
but the thing is, the reason makes me think that maybe that's not entirely the case is they do have a couple of new beers on tap that are not part of the distro. Mm-hmm. That they show as new beer. So like a lot of breweries, they have the experimental IPA series, and they got one of those on tap right now. Okay. So I don't know if it's what John wants is entirely gone, or it's just pulled out of distribution.
If it's just pulled out of distribution and they're still making it and canning it in Boulder, I'm fine with that because my buddy Pat that lives in Denver, that's on the sports podcast with me every other week on Wednesdays. He can get me some and send it to me. So I'm fine with that. That's good. But here's my point. I have one can left of Old Jubilation from 2 years ago.
Yep.
The last time Hunterdon distributed it. And if it is indeed done, I have to covet that. I don't know when I'm going to have that.
But this is what led into the kind of discussion, argument, knockdown, drag out that John and I had about this. Is because we're talking about legacy brands. We're talking about survival of these legacy brands. Right. We're talking about the pencil pushers who have their ledger sheets. And what's better to get that one beer that you like from them that not everyone buys, or the brand exists by selling what does sell? This is the trade-off that this is reality now for us. It used to be anything that was out there. If the brewery was in the state, we could get it. Then they started holding stuff back. There was that those markets that earned getting these the one-offs, the special beers.
Right.
But now we're seeing even more of a pullback because as we're seeing breweries close. We're seeing the younger generations are not drinking beer because they're not leaving the fucking house at all.
More on that in a minute because I got to get in. And I've talked to Pete about this. Both have actually talked about this.
But there's all these factors in there. So these breweries, especially the legacy brands, they're in survival mode.
Yep.
So if they're going to cut distribution on these beers that we love to survive, yeah, I'm going to complain that we don't get this one beer that I love, but the brewery's still going to survive.
Well, here's what I said back to Dave, Pete. I said, I get that. I completely get that. You got to be fiscally responsible. You got to actually do the things that are going to perpetuate your brand and your company.
They all started
at the end of the day, it's a business. I get it. I get it. But
that's why so many breweries have double IPAs and hazies.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But and believe me, I know that. I mean, how many beers have we put out, and how many of them are not hazies? But in any event, my point being is, you can't dismiss those other beers that did have a following, however big or small that following was. And what I mean by that is this. You have a pilot system. You have a small system. You have a way to put small beers in a test market if it's just in your tap room. If you put a small amount in distro locally, whatever the case may be, however large or small your brewery is. Don't dismiss the beers. Put them as a thing of the past. Still brew them, even if it's on occasion.
Small batch, whatever.
Small batch, so people can still access them wherever that may be.
People try them for the first time,
right? Or try them for the first time. 100%, right?
If that got you there, I mean, why not do a small batch of it make it a seasonal? They don't have to package it, but have a tap room exclusive, distribute it out locally, whatever you got to do. Right. And then see if it comes back around, because everything seems to come back around. So
everything, what's old is new again. I mean, that's an old cliche, but it's true. There are things that have come back. There. Look what's going on with lagers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, I'm immensely happy that this is happening with the lager game right now.
For years now. Yep.
For years now.
Considering the name of our podcast, yeah.
Right, but. Whatchamacallit, 10 years ago, you would have never thought that.
No.
Who would have thought 8 or 10 years ago, hey, you know what? Let's be a lager-only brewery.
Right. Would never work.
But there are lager-only breweries now.
And there were.
You know what? I mean, yeah, locally here, Birdsmouth, obviously. Andy's doing a killer job in Fort Monmouth. But Schilling.
Schilling is...
Oh my God.
Their beers are so good, and they span the whole globe.
Right.
Of doing these obscure lager styles, and they're so good.
But back to Avery, and Pete, you said the Demon series is gone, which is a shame. Samael was one of my favorites, and if you don't believe me, I was at Bar Great Harry at one point, and after taking one sip of Samael, that was my face. That was.
Did you just do it, John?
I pulled a John and pulled a picture out, and it wasn't going through my pick. That was actually going through Untapped with all the stuff that happened because I couldn't remember.
That's pretty funny.
I can remember guys coming into my stores looking for worldwide stout, and for example, it just wasn't available. You couldn't find it. I'm like, I got Mephistopheles just sitting right there, and no one wants to touch it for some reason.
I just ordered a case of 2024 Media Noche from. WorldWorks. So,
what we're talking about Colorado.
We'll see how that goes.
Right? We're talking about stouts. I did open my third beer, and I opened my third beer because I really don't want to taste anything else for the rest of the night.
Yes, there you go.
And this is a classic. This is one of my favorite stouts that's ever been brewed on this planet.
We are audio at some point in the future, so why don't you tell everybody what that is?
So this is Great Divide Yeti.
There you go.
As far as I'm concerned, I can't smoke cigars anymore, but to me, this is the best pairing with cigar.
By the way,
brewed.
You know what that is right there.
That's your humidor right there. Because a Yeti is so damn harsh, it's so bitter, that any cigar that you smoke, it's going to sweeten that cigar. and the cigar is going to tone down the Yeti. They're going to meet in the middle, and you're just going to have a wonderful experience. The only problem is I had to go to 4 to get this.
You can't get Great Divide, New Jersey anymore.
Nope, it's gone. So they've closed the tap room.
No, I didn't know that.
They did.
Yeah, they're production only.
Within the last few weeks, actually,
Yeah,
they announced it. They closed the tap room.
That would have been on my list. I didn't know that. That would have been.
Yeah, the tap room's closed. This is another one of those we're talking about. The OGs, the legacy brands that maybe we took for granted. We didn't buy enough for them when they were available to us. I remember because I lived near Boot and Liquor Outlet for the longest time, and they would always have that full range of Yetis.
Yeah.
You had, the French oak one, you'd have the Belgian one, you'd have the espresso, the chocolate, the oak aged, the full gamut. And yeah, at the time I did avail myself of them, but did I walk away for all these new breweries that were opening? Yeah, I wanted to try new stuff. We're all guilty of it.
Yep.
And now I can't get one of my favorite damn beers on the planet anymore in my state, and there's a risk of it going away entirely. So we've been talking about this pretty much the whole show. Get out there, buy these legacy brands, go back to the beers that brought you into it. Go back to and buy these beers.
I think what John said is true. Just buy a 6-pack a month.
Yep. That's it.
If everybody that's into it bought one additional 6-pack a month of something that they just, nostalgia, let nostalgia take over.
Nostalgia, 100%.
Grab some Fine Spine, grab some 60-minute, grab some,
grab one 6-pack. You know what? And
go out there and get Nugget Nectar in fucking January.
I do have to say this. I do have to say this. Yeah, well, yeah, brands like that. You talk about Trogs. Yeah, January's taken care of, right? Because everybody's going to go out and get a 6-pack of Nugget Nectar.
Hopefully,
so you're good, right?
Hopefully,
or enough people are going to go out and get a 6-pack of Nugget Nectar. There's going to be,
you mean hop back?
There you go.
It's a fine beer.
It is.
Well, isn't Nugget Nectar just they play on? It's just the hop back is the dry. Isn't the hop back version of Nugget?
Yeah. Well, hop back I think was the less extreme dry hopped version of Nugget.
It's not right. Exactly. It's not. Yeah. It's not going to be as juicy with nuggets as yes. Nugget Nectar is, right? But yeah, you can. So if you want Nugget Nectar light all year long, get hot back.
Sure.
So.
I could have sworn I just saw a puppy walking around.
Yeah, that's my lap. He was on my lap a minute ago. I guess you missed it.
Oh, I couldn't see him now.
That's it. But yeah, just once a month.
I was lost in my beer.
I've had it, and just and what I was going to say too, and I brought this up. There are brands out there that are comfortable. Okay, and we talk about Dogfish Head. It's a legacy brand. Sam Adams. The things that Jim Cook has done for the craft beer industry is amazing, and a lot of people don't look at Sam Adams as a craft.
I view Boston Beer as an absolute pillar. I hate saying that, but they're the reason why most of these brands are here. I remember that hop shortage in 2009 or 2010, and they looked out for everybody.
They did.
And then obviously they did a lot of shitty things, and they capitalize on every trend. But I still buy Dogfish Head. I love it. They're my favorite brand to collect. I'm a huge collector, if you can't tell. I have more Dogfish Head shit than probably anybody you know.
Hello. Hold on.
He's got to.
There you got.
I used to collect anytime.
It's a Grateful Dead tap handle.
That's awesome.
I used to collect.
By the way, can you see my neon that's behind my bar right there?
We thought that's what you're pointing at the first time.
Hold on, I got a good one. I got a real good one.
Oh, here we go.
So this is a handmade.
Very nice. I wish we told the Switch's video before we started the show.
2009. You can't read that, but this is 2009. I think it was one of 500 that were made and painted.
That's awesome.
I'm a Dogfish Head freak.
Anytime that Dogfish Head puts anything out, I would absolutely drink it. And then Sam got into this really weird stage where he would just make anything that came to his mind, and everything just started to taste the same. And he lost me there for a little bit, but he came back.
I would never go in for like all the, I like Chateau Jiahu. I remember when that was.
Chateau Jiahu was very good.
And what a cool beer! Like if you think about it now, like no one is even thinking about doing beers like that.
Who's going to make Midas Touch?
Well,
or Theobroma.
Was that resurgence of like these wine beer hybrids? Even Blue Moon was doing bottle conditioned 750s of these like wine beer mashups, but like nothing like Dogfish Head would do.
Well, yeah. One other
Theobroma was
one of part of the ancient ales.
Yeah, that was the chocolate. The ancient
Sati was the same series. What other brewery would work with a professor from a university, Penn University, actually, to actually go into, these remnants of
pottery shards or whatever,
and take samples of it. And all they did is like, okay, this is what we got from it. They give it to Sam, and Sam will make a beer out of it. Cool. He actually made a chicha at one point, which grossed a lot of people out.
I didn't want to have that.
That was on the TV show. I remember
that was on the TV show, as a matter of fact. Yes, he kind of lost me by the time he got the concept was so friggin' cool. By the time he got the Pangea, I was like, everything's starting to taste like Sam. But he came back and I was like, oh god, Bitches Brew was one of my favorites.
I was going to say right after that is when he started
Bitches Brew was amazing.
That's where it came back.
On my ale with the lemons, like that was
that was fantastic,
beer, man. If it was fresh, like that shit was cool.
Yep. So
there been so many Dogfish Head brews.
And the thing is, he did so many great things. I had to forgive him for being the person who popularized pumpkin ales.
But honestly,
Buffalo Bill did.
No, Buffalo Bill brought them back. Sam popularized.
All right, fine.
Pumpkin ale is a different animal. I give them a lot of respect for that. They didn't put out a full-fledged pumpkin ale. That's brown ale first, pumpkin ale second, and they rock that. Who can sell a brown ale like other than Smutty Nose? Like not many.
Avery.
Old Brown Dog. Yeah. Yes.
No, Avery was Ellie's.
Yeah, Ellie's for Avery.
Old Brown Dog is Smutty Nose.
Well, hold that thought for when we get to our top threes, because there's another brown ale that I will bring up when we get into those top threes.
But on that note,
which I think
Dogfish Shed, Indian Brown.
Well, India Brown was a hoppy brown.
It was a hoppy brown. It was fantastic,
which was amazing.
Yeah.
And John, you asked us to bring you back to.
Yes, bring me back to Boulder. Well, we covered it already.
Oh, we covered it.
I segued it. I bring you back to Boulder. I went to Avery, and we talked about Avery already.
Okay, I just want to make sure you were reminded.
It's covered. Yeah. Look, bottom line, and it doesn't have to be the bottom line, but the bottom line to roll things around is there are a lot of breweries and a lot of beers made by those breweries that have gotten us to where we are. And those of you out there that enjoy nothing but hazy, juicy New England IPAs with 0 IBUs, you would not have them at all if it wasn't for the breweries we're talking about and the beers that those breweries made that we're talking about. Okay, they wouldn't be a thing. There wouldn't be a thing.
Nope.
Now, you might say that Alchemist, had a little more to do with the New England beer revolution, although Hetty Topper is so far removed from what a New England IPA is right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. And you've got to go back to Ithaca if you really want to start.
You really got to go back to Ithaca.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's where the East Coast IPA and all of that.
The fresh hop market on the East Coast. Ithaca owned the sour market on the East Coast. Ithaca is fucking great. They do not get the love that they should.
They don't.
Power to Ithaca, man.
They don't. 100%. I'm not kidding when I say you would not have the juicy New England 0 IBU
without flower power.
IPAs, without flower power, without and quite frankly, without all of these breweries we're talking about.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Without any of these brands and even styles that have nothing to do with IPAs, let alone New England IPAs. You wouldn't have what you have today, what you're enjoying, what you're drinking. You wouldn't have without them.
Yeah.
Explore them. Try one. You might be pleasantly surprised that you actually like that beer. But regardless of that, if you do know that you do, and you do know that you've actually enjoyed that beer in the past, don't forget about it.
Right.
Revisit it. Go buy once a month. Buy a 6-pack.
And
just buy a 6-pack.
Not for nothing. These are the progenitors. It's like visiting your grandfather in the home. You got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're you love them. You love them, and yeah, some of these are on their last leg, and it's a shame. Looking forward to pudding time.
100%.
You've got to go. You got to revisit some of these, and for those who maybe the younger generations, you want to, like what John was saying, if you want to know where they came from, if you want to taste some of the OGs, but I do ask, come into it with an open mind, because these are not what you're used to, right? These, you've got to understand what the styles were, what they were going for, what ingredients they started with. You got to remember the array of hops that are available right now were not available back then. They were not. The fact that Flower Power was able to get the flavor they got with just the hops that were available to them.
The experimental hops that are out there right now that were not available back then. I mean, you're talking about, I think it's HPC. I can't think of the one.
Letters, letters, numbers, something.
Yeah,
I think it's actually become a hop now. I'm not sure 100%, but it was actually one of my favorite hops that I had in Minnesota at CBC in 2022. It actually threw berries. I mean, major berries, blackberries, raspberries. But
and it's
a hop. The point was Mosaic. Once Mosaic was like a household name, everybody just went crazy with like the hybrids and everything like that, and it went crazy. It went nuts.
But here's the thing, and I am putting this out there to the world out there, everybody out there. John has a bucket list item. His bucket list item is to be able to name one of these experimental hops.
My bucket list item is I want to name one experimental hop.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to name it, but I want just one of them. I don't even need the recognition. I don't want it to say this hop is named this because John named it or Jersey Johnny named it, whatever. Just as long as I know I named it. That's all I want to know.
I have a feeling that if
one bucket list item.
I have a feeling that if he named a hop, it would be called Peart. Am I wrong?
You may not be wrong. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. I catch up on a couple of comments here really quick. Brian Boak said, third beer, Blunderbore, Monster Mash aged with Jack Daniel barrel chunks and Madagascar vanilla.
Nice.
And then we were talking about...
We had that while we're in his basement.
We had that there too. Yeah, Blunderbore was fantastic.
Oh, beautiful beer.
Dave, even though we're saying where the ages we're at, he said, you are both kids compared to me. I'm like, Brian, we're within 7.5 years of you. How are we kids compared to you?
Yeah, you weren't sexually active at 7. Well, you may have been. We don't know. We
don't know. We can't.
We don't know. Yeah.
But he did say he loves brown ales, and so do I. I love one of my favorite styles.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah. So this is what I'm saying. You can't. It's hard to tell, and I don't mean this. I don't mean this. You know, I'm not putting anybody down by saying this, and I'm not trying to be ageist or anything like that, but it's hard to tell a 21 or a 22-year-old that has been drinking for a very short time. And I won't say a year or two. I'm not stupid, right? I drank before I was 21. We all did, right? But it's hard to tell a 21 or a 22-year-old.
Entirely evidence.
Well, yeah, it's true. I don't. He said, I have a kid that's over 50. Okay.
So he did start early. Okay.
So apparently he procreated when he was 12. So there you go. Anyway, but in any event, point being, it's hard to tell a 21 or a 22-year-old that is finding their feet, if you will, in this craft beer world, right? That loves, eats, sleeps, and shits New England IPAs. Have at it.
That's
what power to you. Enjoy it.
You know, that's what you're doing. If Wrench is your OG, like, cool. Build it from there. Like, see what else is out there. Like, I respect that. But
because
but like I said,
15 years from now, you just might be trying to save industrial arts.
You might
be. Yeah.
100%. You're not wrong.
It's not like he hasn't been around the block either. He's been doing this before with Peekskill and a whole bunch of other breweries. And Ithaca, for fuck's sake. I mean, he was in Ithaca. So
right. Exactly. So point being, experiment once in a while for your 21,
Oh,
22,
in beer.
23-year-olds out there. Shut up. Experiment. Go. Pardon me. Go and pick up one of these. Do a little research. Talk to people. Talk to some, other people that you speak with. Look, I'm not stupid. I know how this works. You definitely do communicate to some extent, whether it's on Untappd or bars or wherever you go, with some older people. Talk to them. Find out what they like. Find out what some other really cool styles are. Try one or two.
We're
Try
not,
one.
We're not that terrifying.
Right. We're not.
Are
Try
we?
one or two. You might expand your palate a little bit. It's going to take time. Trust me, my palate. The first time I had a hoppy beer in the 80s, the first time I literally drank something that was resiny, grassy, earthy.
What was
flower,
your first Bigfoot?
I almost spit it out. No, on my first Bigfoot, I was used to hops by then.
Okay.
Yeah, no. But like the first time I had anything that was any bit of like bitter hopped beer, I almost did a spit take. I'm like, what the hell am I drinking? Flowers, right?
The first extremely hoppy beer I ever had was Stone's Ruination, and I thought I might not.
Oh,
like
Jesus
beer.
Christ!
I thought I might not like beer.
That's where you started.
That was my first. It was a $5.99 bomber of almost 8%. I took it to band practice, and I said, "I've got this, and I'm going to drink." Oh, I don't know if I'm going to.
That is not the place to start with hoppy.
Nope.
Holy hell!
That's a pretty tough.
That's being thrown.
That's
into
probably
the deep end.
2006 Ruination, and who knows how old it was and everything.
2006.
I think John's and my first foray both, because we followed a similar path. We haven't known each other since we're children, but we followed a similar path. Was
Harpoon's IPA. That was the first IPA I had, and that was more an English IPA anyway.
Yep.
By the way, talking about band practice, there you go. That's just the one.
Nice. You got to send me a link of some of your stuff.
Why so angry?
Well, I was singing. I'm angry.
No. That's you haven't been following the group.
I have been. I know. Brian and Gene were angry.
Why so angry?
They were. I'm trying to figure out if I was there with them or not, because that was a Spellbound. That clearly the picture is taken.
Yeah. I think it was one of their anniversaries, I believe.
One of Brian and Gene's anniversaries.
Yeah, probably they seem to be married.
Anyway, but I digress. My point is, try different things, and for those of you that have had these before, don't forget where we came from. Don't forget what got us to where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
If you ignore these breweries, they're going to go away. I promise you they will.
Please don't let them go away. Please do not let Great Divide go away.
Well, we talked about.
I need more Yeti.
Now, there's a lot of breweries out there that are like Great Divide is clearly they've closed their tap room in Denver. They are contract brewing.
Yes.
All right. And you mentioned there's a lot of breweries out there that have closed their tap rooms, that have closed their production facilities,
and the brand still exists.
The brand still exists. Whether they've sold the brand,
Number 9 still out there, and
Magic Hat number 9 is still out there.
Yeah,
they are contract brewing. But the brand still exists. Whether the company still owns it and they're just contracting it and distributing it, or whether they've sold the brand and some other brewery is perpetuating it, whatever it may be, the brand still exists. But
like Coastal Beer Works.
Well, that too, but that's another story for another day and another show and whatever else. But down the road, we'll figure that out. But we're figuring it out. But in any event, point being,
spend the $12 on a good.
Spend the $12 on a good six pack.
Even though
it's not going to break the bank, you're going to enjoy the 6 $2 beers you just bought. All right, and
better than buying a Miller Lite for $6,
right?
At a bar.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, one Miller Lite you can get for the price of 2 Miller Lights at a bar.
That's a secret. That's how I used to sell a lot of shit, John. You could go buy 2 Blue Moons for $6 a piece, or you could buy this 6-pack Allagash White, and you'll like it a whole lot more, and you'll have 4 more at the end of the fucking night.
Exactly.
Speaking of Allagash White, I never finished my. There was still some left.
Never finished your wit. I'm
not gonna taste it. I still got some of this left.
I debated opening my 4th.
Are you gonna go to your 4th?
I might open my 4th because of what it is, and it's a little higher, but I think I have to.
It's the Brew Dog.
No.
Nice.
Boulevard Rye on Rye.
It's another legacy brand, man.
It is.
Yeah. Their smokestack series was one of my favorite things they had going.
I remember I was so excited when Tank 7 and ultimately, hopefully, Love Child was going to come to New Jersey, and eventually it did, and like it just fizzled so hard.
Yeah, but there, what was the wheat wine in the smokestack series?
Yeah,
first time ever having a wheat wine, drinking it, going, I have no idea what to make of this. It was just it. That was I came across that the first year they put it out is when I came across it. It's the first wheat wine I ever had.
I love wheat wines.
You know what? These guys.
The I ever had was Founder's Nemesis. I think it was batch 2.
Nemesis was good.
Weyerbacher put out a wheat wine.
Did they?
Yeah, I think it was in their the NATO alphabet series.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there were so many great beers and there were so many fails in that.
I know Smutty Nose did a wheat wine. I don't know who else really did one.
It's a rare style of wine.
Well, there were a couple of years. One of the BCBS variants was a wheat wine.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I still have a bottle of 1 or 2 bottles of it, and Kane actually put out a couple of wheat wines too, barrel aged. In fact, the series Tomorrow is already here. It's all stouts now.
Okay,
but the first year or 2 that they put out that series was wheat wines.
Really? I was wrong. Weyerbacher's wheat wine was in the numbered series. It was 14.
Oh, I remember those.
It was 14.
Wait, was that an anniversary beer?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. This beer looks like I'm gonna need at least 1 pork roll, egg, and cheese, and 2 cups of coffee tomorrow morning as I open.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of trouble waking up in the morning.
You're opening tomorrow? Oh God,
I'm opening it.
And I've got to. You're gonna shame me into opening a 4th, aren't you? I'm gonna dig through the fridge and open the 4th.
There you go.
If I gotta grab a 4th, I gotta go upstairs.
You coming in tomorrow? Or
Did you open the Bigfoot, Pete?
Thursday?
My Bigfoot's gone.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. You had that in the kind of the snifter thing. The stemless.
Thursday.
Thursday. I don't know. I could probably come by.
All right.
Thursday's the last day of the month, so Thursday's going to be
Thursday the last day of your month or the month?
The month, but our month.
Our month.
Our month.
We all have the same month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still sell the boozy stuff. Much different capacity.
100%. Yeah. But this beer is really good. I'm a big rye fan. I'm a huge rye guy. I drink more rye than bourbon. I love bourbon. I drink more rye than bourbon. And this rye ale aged in rye barrels is
nice.
Stupid good.
Have you ever tried, I know it's on the shelf at ShopRite Liquors of Westfield, Stellum, the Fibonacci blend?
Fibonacci blend, yeah.
Oh, so good. Those are the guys that make the barrel bourbon.
Yep.
Their rye series is out of this freaking world, man. Out of this world.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Okay,
it's
so
there's a couple of less bottles too. Peerless was distributing what's the Bardstown and Green River.
Yep.
Green River for the price point, it's a really good rye for the price point.
I've heard nothing other than Green River is the sleeper, but Bardstown is the shit. I mean,
Bardstown's better than Green River, but for the price point of Green River, it's ridiculous what you're getting for it. Yeah. So
they're doing a good job of distribution too. I see that stuff everywhere.
They are. Really.
We keep talking about these guys. Pete had the 60.
Nice.
Well, the thing is,
we talked about Wall earlier too.
Yep. There's no way I'm going to. There's no way after Yeti I'm tasting 60 because it's a malt forward.
Right.
I've got a shot of actually tasting this beer because it's hop forward.
You'll feel it though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already feeling it. It doesn't matter. I work from home.
Yeah, I work an hour away, so
I work everywhere.
And you work at home an hour away and 2 hours away. So.
You name it.
There you go.
There you go. But in any event, yeah. So there's a few other things I want to talk about, and I think we should talk about when it comes up with that. We'll bring that up afterwards. But I think it's time to venture into our top threes.
I think you are correct.
I think I am. Our top threes. And Brian, I'll just put this up. Brian Boak actually just right now put up his 4th beer. Since we're having a 4th, he put up his 4th. 4th beer, Wooden Beanie, Belgian double aged with Jack Daniel's chunks and Madagascar Velvets. He had another
which we also had while we were there.
We did. Yeah, it was fantastic.
That has not kicked yet, huh?
Apparently, it hasn't. He saved it for us, and it's still going.
And it's still going.
And it's still going.
He wouldn't drink it until we showed up. And
quick aside, Pete, Brian closed Boak's in June or July. June, I think June was his last month of 2016.
16. Wow.
16.
Okay.
He had one of the later beers that he put out before he closed was Flamethrower. It was called.
Oh yes.
Now that was his Belgian BW. Double BW is his Belgian wheat beer. His double Belgian wheat. But he with lemongrass and everything else. But he added
Double BW was one of his beers, right?
Double BW is one of his beers. Right?
Okay,
but he added Chipotle.
You're bringing back so many. Like I haven't unearthed those thoughts in a very long time.
But he added Chipotles to it.
Okay.
All right, and called it Flamethrower. Now it was hot then. Now I wouldn't say like ridiculously hot, but it was hot enough. It was hot, like there's heat in this, right? That kind of a thing. So he broke out a bottle from then. Yeah. When Dave and I were over a few weeks ago, and we're talking 9 years, right?
Still had some heat.
It still had some heat. It was hotter than it was 9 years ago. Wow. The heat actually I was shocked. It was. You
would have thought it would have muted.
So was Brian. You would thought it would have been muted, and we were both like, all three of us were like, oh my god.
I wonder what those like stone beers are doing. Crime and Punishment. Like I wonder.
I love those beers.
Yeah. Are they like even drinkable? Or did they stay the same?
A lot of people would argue they weren't drinkable when they were first. Right. When they were first brewed, including the owner of Stone Brewing. Mm-hmm. He did come out and say, Pete came out and said, I can't drink these beers.
No. I wonder what they're doing.
So that's God, I would love to find them and try them because as John knows, John can handle a lot of capsaicin heat. I can
I can handle, he can handle twice as much. So
I can handle insane amounts. I can
handle a lot. He can handle a lot more.
And so those beers, I love those beers.
Yeah.
Naga Scorpions in a beer. Who would do that?
Stone.
Stone did it.
Told you on the back, arrogant bastard. You won't like this beer.
That was the best. That was one of the best marketing ploys in the history of beer.
When they brewed those beers, though, was Mitch still there, or had he left already?
No, Mitch Steele was maybe he was still there for Crime and Punishment.
Those have been around for a while. It wasn't just a 1 year and done. They did it a couple of years.
At least two. I don't know if it was more than two.
But not consecutively, though.
But that was around the same time they did Enjoy After. So, like, I wonder what those are tasting like. I have some.
Oh, my God. I forgot about those.
Yeah, any of the Enjoy
Afters with beers all day long. If you want to just keep talking old beers,
that's what this show's about. Have at it. Well, on that note, we're talking about Mitch Steele or whatever. Wait. Well, I'll say it once. Augie Carton, because we can't say it more than one. We can't say his first name.
You can say it 3 times.
It's like
more than twice. You can't say it's
Beetlejuice. You can say his last name in relation to the brewery.
It was in the chat before, so you might want to be careful.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's all good.
I don't know if that counts.
I don't count. Yeah, but I was just saying on the show. More on that later.
But it was the last name in reference to the brewery. So
it was. Yeah. No, that doesn't count. It's just his first name. It's just his first name. But
it's
anyway,
the person.
Yeah. So he and John Hall did their Steal This Beer podcast.
Yeah.
At Barcade in Jersey City. It's probably 2018.
You know what? I know the story, so
go for it. Go do your bio
break while he's
doing your bio break. And whatchamacallit. So we did the podcast, and Mitch Steele was there. He was their guest on the show, right? So, so I'm there. A couple friends over there. We're all hanging out anyway. So we're drinking afterwards. It's probably at 8:00. The show's over for a while now. We've had a few beers afterwards. I call Jess, and I'm like, I'm on the phone. I'm like, hey, I'm going to leave here in a little bit, probably about 5 minutes. Do you need me to get anything on the way home? No. All right, fine, bye. I hang up. Augie comes over to me and says, that's the second time I said it. I can't say it again. he says, who was that you're on the phone with? Was that Jess? I'm like, yeah, it was Jess. He goes, you're leaving? I'm like, yeah, I told her I was leaving. He says, you're not leaving. And Mitch is standing next to him. And I go, I'm not leaving? He goes, no. And Mitch pulls out, and this is 2018. He pulls out from behind his back a bottle of 2013 Woot Step that he brewed. Right? I'm like, I literally didn't say anything. I pick up the phone. Hey, hon, Yeah, forget about what I just told you.
It's gonna be a little while.
It's gonna be a little while.
Yeah. I got some Will Wheaton beer to drink.
A little bit. So anyway, we're done. That was timing. How was your bio break?
I timed that well. Good.
You timed that well. There you go. So anyway, all right. Our top 3 list. Our top 3 list tonight.
The clap of those hands means it's time for the top
It's
3
time
list.
for the top 3 list. There you go. Our top 3 list tonight is as you would think, top 3 favorite U.S. craft breweries that have closed.
Okay.
Top 3 favorite U.S. craft breweries that have closed. Now, Dave
And then
did point out that Dave pointed out that have closed. They've closed production. They've ceased production. They're not. It's not like Great Divide, like we just talked about. That they're still brewing the beer and
just the tasting room is closed.
They're done. They're gone. It's gone.
You can't
Forget
even
about
get the
it.
beer.
It's a thing of the past. You're remembering the beer. That's it.
Unless you go into a liquor store that has never rotated the damn thing.
Right.
And you'll find those for the next couple of years.
Unless you go
Holy
to cable.
shit.
Unless you
I
go
need to go to cable. I need to
Unless
go
you go to Cable Beverage in New York.
He's got it in the back somewhere.
It's somewhere.
I've never had older
several
Westbrook
things.
Goza in my life than buying at a Cable Beverage in like 2015.
Cable Beverage is a treasure trove.
It's right over there, though. You can get there.
It's right.
You're actually probably the closest one to him.
Dave is the closest one to it.
I'm actually closer.
Oh, you're in Union City, yeah.
I'm in Union City. Oh God,
I'm south of you, so
right. I was gonna say I'm halfway there. I'm 40 minutes from there.
You're in the middle.
He's living on a prayer.
He's halfway there, right?
You would think Bon Jovi's at least 3/4 of the way there by now.
By now, right? So
it took Ozzy for fuck's sake.
Exactly. All right. So top 3 favorite, like I said, top 3 favorite U.S. craft breweries that have closed. Done. They're gone. The brews are a thing of the past. Pete.
And we cry when we think.
And we cry when we think about it.
Through all 3.
All 3. 3, 2, 1. Have at it. Go for it.
So number 1.
You're going 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
Yeah. Number 1, I'm going to start with like the one that I missed because when you worded it to me, you're like top 3 craft breweries that have closed, and you missed. So I truly missed Heavyweight Brewing Company out of Ocean Township, New Jersey. I tried the Baltic Thunder when Victory put it out.
Yeah, this might
never
be
tried
probably on John's list.
Is that on your list?
Yes,
Fucker.
I can guarantee you it's on this list.
But I never got to try any of their beers. So I truly missed them. So I'm going to start with them because that is like if I had a rarity, like I collect CDs and shit, like if I had a rarity, it would be Percuno's Hammer. I want a bottle of that.
That's awesome.
To have in my collection.
That's awesome.
Because of the New Jersey weight that it literally throws around.
Sure.
Number 2, I'd probably say Pretty Things. Because Pretty Things made some bangers in a really short amount of time, and I traded for them a lot. And
Daltrey.
Jack D'Or.
Jack D'Or was fantastic.
They did Baba Yaga, which was like their base trout. There was so much with it. I thought that their beers
they never had a
they were
mortar. They were gypsy brewers.
They were Nomad. They were total Nomad. But like the brand, I was counting the brand as like the brand went away.
No. Well, that's the point. That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
But the thing with them is, if you go back to the old days of I just forgot the name of the website with the Ostrom brothers. Beer Advocate.
Beer Advocate.
Beer Advocate. Back in the day, if you reviewed on Beer Advocate, you could very likely wind up with in an argument with the brewery owner.
Sure.
They responded. Pete Colucci, I wound up in an argument with Pete Colucci over his own fucking beer. I didn't know it was him until I saw that, realized I'm arguing with Arrogant Bastard 1. At first, I thought it was a fanboy. And then he signed it Pete at one point. I'm like, oh God. But I actually got into a conversation with Pretty Things about it was Daltrey, Baby Trees. What was it called?
Baby Tree, I think.
Baby Tree. And because to me, Baby Tree was like someone had done a Belgian triple but used wheat instead. Is the way it tasted to me. So we got in a conversation about that, and so I had a lot of respect for him that he was one of those brewery owners that would engage.
Yeah, he cared. He thought his beer was art, and I think that's why I think it was cool because they were doing beers that nobody else was doing and doing it a way nobody else did it, and
that's a great call right there.
I think they were awesome. I really do. And if I had to name a third one, they just closed or announced their closing like last week or 2 weeks ago. True Brewing out of Colorado.
Yeah.
Who is closing? I didn't know that.
They're done.
Yeah,
they're done. They're done. They're gone.
I'm a huge fan of like the music. I'm a big death metal, black.
They're literally they're a mile and a half away from Pat, from Bernie, from Harry Lugnuts on the.
True just announced it recently.
I
gotta bring that up. I gotta bring that up to Pat
they're
tomorrow.
Just walking away from Denver and from North Carolina. I think they're just done. So I would say them because I'm a big metalhead. So.
All right. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah. I've been to the tap room on in Denver. It's
well, you can't go again.
I can't go again.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. Sucks. All right, Samurai.
I got a few things to say before I even get to my top three. We learned something today that seriously nearly had me in tears. A lot of people know that just before COVID started, I had relocated to Rhode Island and relocated to these lofts. Part of the reason I chose them is they were pretty close to a brewery. They were in walking distance. And I lived 4 blocks away from this one brewery. And then when the world shut down, I spent a lot of time buying from them. A lot of my connection to the outer world was this one brewery. And it was also the first place, even before the world shut down, I moved up there, didn't know anybody. And it was the first place I ever walked into. And the bartender looked up and went, "Hey, Dave," as I walked in. It was that's special. That's something when you're new to an area.
Of course.
So Smug Brewing closing really is just that's a stake to the heart.
And we never got Rob on the show, and they were planning on coming on the show late in the fall.
Yeah, and
maybe we could still get them on the show because of them closing.
Maybe. You're never getting Rob on this show. Come on.
No, it wasn't going to be Rob. It wasn't going to be Rob.
But I'm just glad that about a month ago, Carrie and I got up there. I got to go in there. I got to see Allie, which is the first person who said, "Hey, Dave," and have some of their beer. I brought some home, gave some to John, and
I've had plenty of the beer. In fact, I have one beer still sitting in my fridge right now. It's a very spicy beer.
The one I gave you, or
that one you gave me, that I'm going to make into a sauce like you did. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, no, because I got enough of it to turn it into a sauce. It's mango habanero.
Mango habanero, yeah.
It's mango habanero.
Mango habanero sour.
It is fantastic, and it makes a hell of a sauce. But at any rate, so I wanted to bring that up. I also want to bring up the fact that we're in this topic. We've got someone commenting right now who we got to mention. Boakes is gone, and we all miss Boakes. Pete, you said it right at the beginning.
And Brian said, "I grew up at Cable Beverage, buying from there since the '60s." Oh yeah, I mean, hey, and you know what, Brian?
Some of those beers are still sitting on that shelf.
Some of those beers from the '60s are still somewhere on the shelves in there.
I bet you're still trying to get credit for them through the wholesaler too.
There you go. But as far
whoa. Really? You honestly think he's trying to get credit for any of the beer in there?
No, it's only been 80 degrees for the last, I don't know.
And they're not exactly that well air conditioned.
Not at all. I mean, it's been 80 degrees in Cable Beverage since however.
Yeah, this is true. And the best part is when there's other beer geeks in there as you're walking around, you can smell them. Because those are tight shelves. If you can smell them.
Oh yeah! I hope you remember ShopRite Liquors at Westfield, man, because
I'm sure he
tried to sell as much of your beer as we could.
But I wanted to give them a shout out on that. And Smug Smug would be number one on my list if they were actually already closed. They're not. August 30th, that weekend. It's going to be the last weekend. I will be not in the country when that happens, so I won't be able to be there.
I won't be able to be there that weekend. I may actually take. I've thought about this. It's probably not going to happen, but I may actually the Sunday before. I may actually take a day. As weird as this is, I may actually get in the car early and take a day trip up there and come back.
If you do, let me know what they have. I will Venmo you because I need to have more and Yes, the mango habanero sour is cool. I need more of their stuff. When I was up there, they had Chubby Unicorn, and I'm kicking myself now that
You didn't get it.
That I didn't grab any.
I wonder if they have any more cans. I mean, it's going to be good if they have any more cans of the Cabin Fever.
They did not when I was there.
Yeah, but maybe they had them and they were just like hoarding them or whatever.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. Yes.
So Pete, if you take maple syrup, turn it into a beer, but it's still fucking maple syrup, and you can pour it on your damn pancakes. That's Cabin
Fever. Yeah.
It is.
Never tried what's that? First meal by RAR down in Maryland.
Oh.
My buddy Adam used to be the head brewer over there. My God, man, that beer is so sick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so wanted to bring those two up before I got into my.
And Brian said, "Thanks for the shout out."
Of course, Brian.
And he did say, speaking about cable beverages, his dad got Schaefer beer in returnable bottles.
Oh wow, they've been around that long. It's the one beer to have
when you're having more than one.
There you go.
There you go.
So
my beer is Rheingold, the dry beer.
It's the beer of the Mets.
Try Rheingold wherever you buy beer.
There you go.
It's not bitter, not sweet. It's the extra dry treat. Won't you try extra dry Rheingold beer?
That counts as a defunct brewery, right?
It does.
They do.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's on John.
Schaefer's not though, because they were bought by the company that owns Pabst, Four Loko, and all the other brands, Schlitz and all of that. So, yeah, I sell 30 packs to one guy.
It's.
I think I know that guy.
Yeah. I've actually have 5 beers on my list. 5 breweries on my list.
I'm shocked you have 5 out of 3. There you go. So, have at it. Go for it.
So my number 5 is going to be Hair of the Dog.
Hair of the Dog.
Okay. John, Brian, and I just spent a shit ton of money on shipping to get some of their last beers.
Cool.
I've got a bunch sitting over there as well. These beers will make a showing on the show, especially the Squatter bottle, which John's pulling up right now. Adam.
No, that was Adam. This is Don, the Squatter.
I'm sorry, Don. That's going to make a show.
That's the barley wine. That's
never had Don. That's cool.
Towards the end of the show.
This will make this end of the year, the last show of 2025. This bottle will be on, but Cherry Adam from the Wood may be on in a few weeks on Brian's show. Pete, we do a kickoff, a tailgate show, if you will, before the start of every football season. Okay. Brian's on it every year, so since the 3 of us have Cherry Adam from the Wood,
and Brian, I got to talk. I've got an idea for it. We'll see about it. But so that's my number 5. My number 4 is actually out of, I think they had a Idaho, Montana, Laughing Dog.
Oh, I didn't know they went out.
Yeah, they're gone. The Dogfather was that's another one of those roasty, punch you in the face stouts. I love the Dogfather, and anybody who was a fan of the Godfather trilogy, -1, that label. The Godfather, it was basically the Godfather poster, but it was a dog instead.
Right.
That was genius. So that's my number 4. So I'm going to get now into the top 3. Zillicoa. Zillicoa is gone, not because of any financial pressure.
Because of a hurricane.
It's because of the flooding, and they were just wiped off the planet. The French Broad River in Asheville swelled. Zillicoa is right down at the shore. They're right at the river line, and they're one of the few breweries that were like right near the river, the top of the river level. And their tanks have to be somewhere downstream. They were just completely destroyed. It was a shame. When Carrie and I were there, what was that? 4 years ago. I had
you were there 6 months before Jess and I were there, and Jess and I were there 2.5 years ago. So 3 years ago.
3 years ago. We took an Uber out there because I had a feeling there'd be something to do there, and we drank everything that they had. It was just great. It was such a great feel. It was so open. They had a lawn. There were lawn chairs. Huge family environment as well, but just some great beers, friendly people. And it's just a shame that brewery is gone. So that's my number 3. That was another one that hurt when I found that they were gone, especially for the reason that they disappeared. That shouldn't happen, but it did. Number 2, Duck Rabbit.
That was a recent one. Crazy.
Duck Rabbit, yeah.
That was almost on the list.
So I got involved because I was one of those people that really hated that FTISO trading, the whale trading, and something that was born out of that was something called BIF, Beer It Forward, where you'd have someone to put one together. They'd have the number of people that they wanted, the first 10 people in, and they had to be in different regions. And what you had to do is the person who put it together is like, this person's sending to this person because it's out of their region. They get beers they can't get. And the rule was you had to send them stuff that they couldn't get there. This was not whale trading. This was what trading used to be. Yeah. I live here. You don't get distribution of this beer. I'm going to trade you this beer for stuff that you have that I don't get distribution for. But also in that BIF trading, you had one of the rules was always there was some sort of swag. Be it a shirt, a hat,
just extras, yeah.
Well, no, the extras was something else.
Okay.
Extras was a flex because people would always throw in extras. I completely fucked up a BIF by throwing a Cantillon in. I was the first person to ship, which set the level for everybody else. And they all hated me.
Right.
If you were the first to go, you set the tone. If you were the last to go, the last one to get your drop, because everyone else had gone beforehand, because it was like a daisy chain, you really made out because everyone just tried to outdo each other. This is what BIFs were about. But the reason I bring this up is in one of those, the person who shipped to me was from North Carolina. And the swag was glass. And I actually have a little snifter, very, very well protected in the box and storage, hand painted with 4 of the Duck Rabbit logos. I think it was the Irish Red was on there, the Scottish Ale. I forgot what the other 2 were, but it was just beautifully hand painted, and it's one of my treasures. So it's very well protected, so I don't have it out here and I don't drink from it. So that's my number 2. My number 1 is going back seriously OG, and that's Pete's Wicked. Mm-hmm. Remember I said, remember brown ales. Pete's Wicked, that brown ale, that was right not too far off the heels of when Sam Adams opened. Dixie Black and Voodoo came out shortly after that. Mm-hmm. These were the things that you could get.
Yeah.
And the thing is, back then, it was just that. This is what you could get. Right. You either got the imports, or there was Sam Adams, there was Sierra, there was Pete's, there was Dixie, you had a very small range you get. But Pete's Wicked, man, that was a great beer.
Hey, they made a lot of them.
And they disappeared, and that was one of my favorite brown ales that we produced in this country.
I have a giant 4-foot, it looks like home base, the shape of it, like a big pentagon. Right. Pete's Wicked Summer Ale.
Oh,
that's out in my shed right now. It's huge. Love that.
I have also in storage somewhere, Pete's Wicked put out a bunch of coasters that were tarot cards. I have a bunch of those put in storage.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's those, and I love those. I actually had, for the longest time on eBay, I had a search set up that anytime anything came up that was Pete's Wicked Tarot.
Get an alert?
I got an alert, like, boop, mine. Nice. Oh, no, I have the lovers already. I don't need that. Oh, death, I need that one.
That's funny. All right.
You, Johnny.
Okay, I will also make mention of Boak's. It has there, Brian's a good friend, and his beers were fantastic.
Yeah,
and I still have friends of mine that actually moved out of the state, and they're asking me because I know Brian all the time. Hey, if he brews any Monster Mash, let me know. I'll give him money. I'd love to get a case. Blah, blah, blah.
You're not getting my bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm selfish. You're not getting my bottle.
So definitely Bokes. I'll give a nod. In this, it's not on my list, but I will give a nod during the list to Dave and Aaron because they've been on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, and in Jersey, Buttsville Brewing, just close this past weekend.
Oh, I forgot one of my nods.
What's your nod?
I'm wearing it.
Shades on. There you go.
Up
in Rhode Island, yeah.
Up in Rhode Island, outside of the URI. And the funny thing is, I found out what I thought Shades On was like a very like maybe a Japanese thing because they've got this logo.
No, he had his shades on.
That's what Shades On means. Right there.
You overthought it.
I told you.
Any rate.
So not to Dave and Aaron at Buttsville. But
we're gonna miss the passion that they brought to the industry.
Absolutely. One, I'll give a throwback. I will tell you that I never had any of his beers that he brewed. Never had any of them.
He brewed.
He brewed.
He brewed?
You know what? Hold on.
Good one too, though.
Let me back up. Let me back up. Another nod. Another nod.
The schmaltz.
To schmaltz. Yeah,
schmaltz,
absolutely. Yeah. I actually have a bottle of
Jubilation.
No, you know what? I don't have a bottle of
that was
funky
one of my favorite
Jubilation.
Right?
Jubilation.
Funky Jubilation, yeah.
It's his a bottle of Bok.
Bok.
I have a bottle of Bok. Our good friend Joe. Do you know Joe Granat?
Yes. Oh my God.
Joe,
Chamonix Creek Joe. What's up?
Chamonix, yeah.
Joe doesn't like
and many other brands, Joe.
Joe,
many other brands, Joe.
Chamonix Creek and Schmaltz Joe, and
a couple of
a brief little Departed Souls Joe, and
Joe's the man.
And now
Departed Souls. Yes, I forgot about that.
And now stationary.
And now stationary. Now we sell stationary.
Yes. Last time I caught up with him, I couldn't believe he wasn't selling beer at all, and he seemed happier than ever.
He does. He does. And I do. And Joe, if you're watching, I'm sorry I missed your party on Saturday.
I'll tag him on Facebook.
I wasn't invited. That son of a bitch.
I apologize. Joe and I actually, if I pulled up a picture of when his daughter was born, she was they came down, went to the beach with us, and he literally walked her back up the block with her on his shoulders, and was like, she didn't want to get off his shoulders, but he had to. He's like, get her off my shoulders. Anyway,
he was done.
Yeah, it was a hot day. Let's put it that way.
So he was a schmaltz rep.
He was a schmaltz rep first. He was the Northeast rep. He literally had to sell in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut,
Jesus Christ, no wonder he burned out.
Yeah. So,
he did it though, man. He did it.
He did it. He did it well. He did it. But So Joe, that bottle of Bok that I still have, actually, originally was 3 bottles of Bok that Joe got me before he left.
Now I understand why he's more of a Modelo fan than anything else.
He drinks Modelo ad nauseum. But in any event, okay. So my number 3, I didn't have any beer that this particular gentleman brewed. I wish I did. But I did have beers that were brewed in his recipes of his that were brewed in his honor, and I'm talking about New Albion. Jack McCall just passed last week.
Okay.
And New Albion Brewing was. It's the
start of everything.
It's the start of everything. I mean, it's where we began, right?
I know the legend, but obviously I only saw the repress in 2010, and that was it.
Hey, Jack Albion is the Adam and Eve of the human family tree. If humans were craft beer,
exactly
in the U.S. Yes.
So once again, we did it last week, but once again to Jack McAuliffe.
Jack,
cheers, buddy. Rest easy. There you go. All right, my number 2. Pete mentioned it before. Heavyweight.
Yeah.
I've said this. My favorite beer from Heavyweight is Stick and Jab.
As soon as he said Heavyweight, Because I've known you too long, my brain would immediately stick.
Right to stick and jab. Yeah, it's a shtick alt that he made.
Okay.
Okay, it was so. Quick story. I've said it on the show a couple of times. Dave knows the story a lot, but I'm going back.
You haven't told it in a while, so I won't take it by.
I haven't told it in a while. Yeah, so it's probably around 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. Jess and I are sitting at home, and on Friday night, probably 9:30, and there's a knock on the door. I'm like, you expecting anybody? She's like, no. I open the door. It's my cousin Adam. Right? He's got his hands behind his back like this. I'm like, you okay? He's not saying a word. He's just smiling. I'm like, is everything all right? You okay?
Is it the Adam of Spite and Dival fame?
Spite and Dival Adam. Yes, that's it, right. So he pulls out this hand, and he's got a 2006 Dark Lord. Okay.
Dark Lord.
Now I know Dark Lord, yeah, from Three Floyds. Now I know you like Dark Lord because one of your profile pictures is about 75 bottles of Dark Lord in your fingers.
Are you talking to me?
You, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not me. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, that's an old one, yeah.
All right. And then he pulls out this hand. He's got a 2004 bottle of Stick and Jab, which he knows I love. Right. And I'm like, come on in.
We weren't about to go to bed. Come on in.
Come on in.
Yeah. We'll drink those and more.
The only issue I ever had with Dark Lord is it didn't hold after 18 months.
Tastes like blood. Tastes like rusty blood.
If you drank it fresh, it was so good.
Oh, phenomenal fresh. But after about 18 months, it turned into.
But I will tell you, the 2006 that we had 4 or 5 years later was actually held. You know why though? It wasn't a variant. It was the regular.
Okay.
It was the
base.
That's
a big thing. Yeah,
the vanilla Dark Lords and everything like that. That needed to be consumed like
6
the weekend after Dark Lord Day.
Probably. Right. Probably not wrong.
Yeah, but it was a straight, and he did it all the time because his cousin. I forget.
You're his cousin.
No. He's my cousin. He's my cousin through marriage.
Oh, okay.
So his cousin, he flew a helicopter for I forget who, but any Dark Lord day. I think he went to 1 or 2 Dark Lord days, but every Dark Lord day, his cousin always stopped in Indiana and made sure he got bottles of Dark Lord for Adam. So Adam had pics of Dark Lord. That's great. But anyway, so that's so. But in any event, this isn't about Three Floyds because they still exist, right? Sure. So they're still there.
The tap room's closed, but they
still exist. Yeah. But the production facility's still there. They're not contract brewing. They just they closed the bigger tap room. They didn't close the small.
Is it still open? No, I thought they closed all the tap rooms.
They may have closed all.
It's just the production brewery and the distillery are open.
That may very well be the case. But the tap room. I don't know if you've ever been to the tap room, but it was tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny
death metal.
Right up my alley.
All vinyl in the tap room. All vinyl in the tap room. So anyway, but this is about heavyweight. This is about
Stick and Jab.
Stick and Jab, yes, that was my favorite. But heavyweight in Ocean Township, and obviously there's another somewhat kind of well-known brewery in Ocean, New Jersey.
They make a couple of decent beers that I've had.
Yeah, I've got a couple of bottles of theirs, and even that side project they got going.
It definitely sold some through the store.
But Tom Baker was amazing. And,
Tom Baker, Doctor Who.
He opened Earth Bread and Beer.
I was going to say they relocated to Pennsylvania.
Him and his wife will relocated there. I've heard they've closed Earth Bread and Beer though. I've heard that. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him and his wife. Last time Jess and I were talking to them was probably a year before the pandemic. I think was the last time we.
Yep, they are permanently closed. Sorry.
Yeah, Earth Bread and Beer is closed too now. So, but he made fantastic beers at heavyweight. So kudos to you for not being your number one. It's my number two, but my number one until something changes with the culture.
It's the reason I didn't put them on the list because
as Anchor. There you go.
I figured there was still a heartbeat somewhere.
I refuse to believe they're gone. They when you get someone who puts enough money in to buy, because you remember when they start talking about Anchor being sold, They were parceling it. They were parceling out the brand, the real estate, and the equipment.
Well, Sapporo didn't care because they have Stone. They don't
Exactly.
care.
So they didn't care. So one guy, and it looked for all the world that all these three things were going to be separated. And that would have destroyed Anchor. Buy the brand. You're never going to be able to brew it again if you're not using the equipment. If you're not on that property, it's not going to be that beer anymore. And this guy came in 11th hour, bought everything.
Right.
So I can't believe.
Was he like a Maytag like fanboy? Was he into like the history and everything?
No.
I don't know if he was in. I don't know if he was a fanboy or into the history, but he did get into the history. He did understand what Fritz did.
Okay.
And he understood what the company was all about, and that's where his mindset was, which is why he jumped over there and said, "Hey, cool. I need to do this."
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you look at his history, we call him the Chobani guy, and we do that with all optimism when in relation to Anchor, because what he did with Chobani was failing. And not to steal John's joke, but he did literally look at the culture of the company. He looked at the people there. He looked, and he looked at the product as well. I've got a product here. I've got people that care. I've got people that want to be here, that love the product. They love the company. Mm-hmm. And so he bought Chobani because of that. When he looked at Anchor, he did the same thing. And he said, the people who are here, if they want to come back, they have jobs. I want them back because they are the beer. They are this brand.
They are this brand, yeah.
It's one of these guys, when you look at everything that he's done, that he understands what a company is, how a company is a family, and how the passion for what they do is as every bit a part of what is produced as the recipe. We jokingly say sometimes, well, it's made with love. This guy gets that. He understands that. And the fact that he hasn't done anything yet actually gives me optimism that he doesn't want to bring this about until it's right.
Right.
Everything I've read about this guy, he's eccentric. And I love that. You need somebody eccentric running this thing to bring this back. So, Anchor would have been my number one had in my heart of hearts, I believed for any second that Anchor's gone.
And on that same note, I would have had Catamount on mine, but the brand still exists because Catamount IPA is still being produced. Yes. I'm not sure who it's being produced by, but it's being produced.
Yeah, there's a lot out there that would have made a list.
Not, it's not gone. It's been gone for a while, but it's not completely gone. So
there's a lot that could have showed up on our list that were gone. But
there's so many. I mean, for the ones, Dave and I and Pete, all three of us may actually sit and later tonight say, "Oh shit, I should have put this on the list."
Yeah.
If that happens, we'll collectively put them together and we'll put them a post.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the bottom line is, before anything like that happens to these breweries, we have the power to help. I'm not saying save.
1 6-pack a month.
We have the power to help these brands, help the brands that got us here, help the brands that we've loved for so long, that we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of the fact that these brands that we've loved for so long, we always wax nostalgic about, I remember when I drank this, or this beer was so good, or dude, you remember drinking this, anything like that. We all have the power to, that's right. Doug is right. I actually talked about that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Harpoon owns Catamount.
Yep.
There he goes.
They do.
Doug Smith just said.
Harpoon rules. Just saying.
Yeah.
But we'd also be remiss if.
But I was going to say, hold that thought. We've all been at there that, hey, remember this beer. Well, if they still exist, drink them.
Yep.
buy a 6-pack. Not every day, not every week, once a month. Once a month, go to your local store or go to the closest store you can go to or whatever that you can get it, and pick up a 6-pack, pick up a 4-pack, depending on what the beer is. Just enjoy it. Go to your roots, right? And if you're an elder statesman like us, not Dave,
Brian,
not Pete, but me and Dave. But if you're an elder statesman or whatever, talk to the younger folk that you talk to or whatever, and school them on some of this stuff. And
don't school them as a negative.
No, I know. Yeah, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that, open their eyes to some of this stuff. Try to explain things to them.
Explain why it's important.
Why it's important, right?
Find common ground on why they think something is important.
And I will tell you this right now. I have dealt with a lot. I have talked to a lot of them. A lot of them do know. They get it. They actually have done the research or had the beer or know or talked to people or whatever it is. They actually do get it. But some of them actually may need some of that guidance or whatever. And not lectures by any means, but
not a schooling.
Not a schooling. Guidance.
That's a misnomer on your part.
I didn't mean it like that.
We'll forgive you for yes.
I didn't mean it like that. But in any event, and let them know why. Hey,
become that person.
Try this beer before it goes away. Try this beer.
Become that person. Become the personal professor.
There you go. Right.
The one that the undergrads want to.
So
maybe get some extra credit with.
The bottom line is these legacy brands and these legacy beers are very important to our industry. They're very important to everything that we experience every day. And Doug just said, elder statesman is a polite way of saying old geezers.
Doug would know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Doug would know.
But yeah. All right. So
but we're
not wrong though. I mean, just do it. Just try these beers. Go out and have a few. It's important. These beers got us here.
Yep.
Okay. These beers go away. There's no history to our industry.
No,
it's gone.
The High Noon story and the Surfside story aren't going to be nearly as entertaining as
not at all
as anything that we just talked about.
We may have to outlaw those two names on the show.
No. Look, High Noons and Surfsides are where it's at right now, and we get it. Right,
part of the business.
We get it. We get it. Trust me.
It keeps the
business
alive. Yeah.
Trust me. When I was in college, there were plenty of nights where I took a gallon of iced tea.
Bartle and James.
No. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, of course. But there was plenty of nights where I took a gallon of iced tea and a 750 of vodka and poured them together and drank. Now, it cost me a lot less than you're paying for your Surfsides right now. But and I had a lot more of them. But it's the same thing. I get it. No, I really do. I say that tongue in cheek.
You never went to Boone's Farm in those days.
Of course. Okay. But I did never go to Mad Dog 2020 though. I never had that. I never did that.
The best thing about Mad Dog 2020 was you could take a bottle of antifreeze, empty the thing, sterilize it, fill it with Mad Dog 2020, and everyone would buy the fact that you're drinking antifreeze.
Same color blue.
Blue.
Or yellow. Yeah, exactly.
But I get the whole High Noon and Surfside thing. If that's what you're drinking, you're not drinking beer, have at it. Because
John and I both.
Wait. If you're drinking,
oh my God, are you not done yet?
No, I'm gonna say this and I'll stop it. If you're drinking High Noons and Surfsides and not drinking any beer, you're not watching this show anyway. So there's no point.
Yeah, true. Exactly. You have a dead horse under your desk.
It is. Go ahead.
I was saying, you and I both have a friend that we know lost 15 pounds turning to seltzers over beer.
100%.
He's not a friend of ours anymore.
Not anymore.
Because he doesn't support the industry. Mm-hmm. No, he's still a friend of ours. We get it. We understand it. Maybe I wouldn't be the girth that I am.
Those of you that... Go ahead.
If I didn't eschew all this stuff. But what I want to say earlier is we'd also be remiss because we've got 3 Jersey boys here. Right? Born and bred Jersey. And we've got a Jersey Labrador as well.
There he is again.
Yep, there we go.
What's his name, by the way?
Duke.
What a
Duke, get up here, Duke. Let's see Duke.
Can we see Duke?
There's Duke.
Hey, Duke.
What's up, Duke?
He's a good boy.
Is he named after the Duke?
He's named after Marduk, the Sumerian god.
Oh, that's deep as shit.
So it's nothing to do with music.
No, oh, Marduk is a Swedish or Norwegian death black metal band. So
Yeah.
There's that as well.
I was referring to.
I know you were thinking Genesis.
Ellington, but that's besides.
Oh, Duke Ellington.
Oh,
there's also Genesis. I was actually thinking.
Well, that
Westerns.
kind of came from there too, but that's.
I was thinking more westerns. I think John Wayne.
John Wayne, yeah, of course.
The Duke.
Yeah, so a lot of Duke.
Or I said music, but yeah.
But we're all Jersey boys, and we've lost a bunch of breweries that we do miss. Forgotten Boardwalk's gone.
Yeah.
Right,
Dark City was on my list that I didn't mention.
Dark City's gone.
Yeah.
Backward Flag is gone.
Flag. They're all veterans too. What a great concept, and that's
yeah, and the fact that
Tory didn't. That was a shame.
Yeah.
That was a great concept.
And cool space too.
Ross is gone.
Tory Fisher's great. Ross is gone.
Demented.
Demented's gone.
Demented. Wow.
Yeah.
Demented
So many
printed before they even walked. That was a problem.
Yes, with so many breweries we've lost.
And Ashton took over the Demented space, and they're gone now.
And now they're gone. After they got done kicking your ass in a.
They kicked our ass. Yeah, they did.
I remember when New Jersey
Steve
beer
kicked our
was
ass.
Climax, Cricket Hill, River Horse, Flying Fish, High Point, and then a bunch of brew pubs.
Yeah, and who was selling Cricket Hill?
Who was selling it?
Some jackass in a red hat.
I was gonna say, other than Rick, I don't know.
Other than Rick, me and Rick, yeah.
One of my favorite pictures I ever took was at one of the last days of 381.
I'll pull it up.
Brian Boak and Rick Reed with Jersey Johnny
with some jerk off, yeah,
with some dickhead in the middle. But it's like two of the legends of the New Jersey brewing world.
It's true.
Right, and we'll see if I can. I don't know if I can continue to say shit until John can pull this picture out.
You can vamp a little bit. I'm getting there. I'm almost there.
I don't have the teeth or the wings to vamp as much. Though Carrie's a big vampire movie fan, and I just never really got into those so much. I was a bit more Frank. Well, actually, I was more Godzilla fan. What about you, Pete?
Godzilla. I'm a big Godzilla guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Gojira, right?
Gojira.
What do you think about the more recent ones?
The most recent one, Godzilla. I forget what the name of it
versus Kong or
no, it was standalone.
Oh yeah, the standalone.
Apparently it was amazing, but I can't find it streaming anywhere, so I honestly haven't seen it.
My battery went. I can't find it. So it's done.
Oh, thank you, battery.
Yeah, it was a picture of me, Rick Reed, and Brian Boak. That
was a great picture, though.
Nice.
Anyway, but in any event, yeah. No, look. The bottom line is this. This is our whole. The whole point of this show.
Yeah.
Don't forget where we came from. The beers, like I'm wearing Blithering Idiot. Weyerbacher still exists. I'm wearing Yards. Yards still exist. One of my favorite beers from Yards. Either of you. Well, actually, Dave knows a little bit better than Pete of style wise.
You're a brawler guy. I can.
Oh my God!
You nailed it. He's a brawler guy.
I love English mild. So that's.
Oh my God!
That's a great beer, but my favorite was Washington's.
George Washington's Porter, yeah, was fantastic.
That was with the spruce. Is that the spruce?
Yes, the spruce porter. Yeah. Holy crap, a spruce porter! How could you not love a spruce porter?
What was the Dogfish Head beer they did with all spruce tips? The
Pennsylvania Tuxedo.
Yeah, cool beer that no one.
And hold on, and I've been told recently that it's actually coming back this year. So
nice. Very cool.
We'll have Pensy Tuxedo this year.
Nice.
And the funny thing is, Tilted Barns Holiday Ale has spruce in it, but
it does. It does.
But it's
I actually have a can of last year's. I wonder how it held up, but I do have a can of last year's.
But it's not spruced. Spruced is a spruce tipped.
It's not spruced, but it has spruce in it.
Yes. Right. Spruce is I think it's a pale ale with spruce tips in it.
I believe you're right.
Which is really good too.
Yeah. So, but in any event, yeah, don't forget these brands. Seriously, go out, learn them, try one. Stop at a couple places that do sell singles. Have one. If you enjoy it, try a couple. Grab your own.
Better shop on the label art. Just see what catches your eye.
Does Sunset have sell singles?
Some.
There's a good single bottle selection, but I wouldn't say they sell singles.
We don't sell singles like Total Wine does,
Correct.
but there is a good single bottle selection
because because even
and there are curated 4-packs and 6-packs.
And I know that Booton has a very small selection of singles.
They might have my name on them. They might not, and I'm not
They may
sure.
or may not. Jersey City Buy Right has some singles, but most of the singles that you're going to see there are imports, some domestic.
Mm-hmm.
But the domestic singles they do have are really the legacy brands.
Yeah, do that. Go shop singles. Go. You know what? I clearly I want you to come in by me, and
Yeah.
if Pete's there, we'll talk to you for a little while we're there.
3 days a week, so
You'll lose 5 hours of your life. Do that.
but besides that point, go anywhere. Stop into the places that sell a ton of the singles. Make your own 6-pack. Make your own 12-pack. Pick a few. Go home, try them. See what you like of these legacy brands too. I'm not saying make a 12-pack of hazy IPAs, because you can do that. You can. Don't even get it started, but you can do that whenever you want. But do that. But go shop these legacy brands and then pick out singles or whatever. See what you like, and then once a month buy a 6-pack of them. Buy this 6-pack 1 month. Next month buy another 6-pack. Hopefully it turns into a couple weeks. Every couple weeks.
Not for nothing.
They're fantastic beers.
If you don't know where to go, message us. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you
100%.
like to drink. We'll guide you.
We'll guide you there
in that direction to say, hey, this is what you like. This is your favorite beer. You want to know where it started. This is where it started. But we'll also tell you, if you like this, you might also like this. We'll get you there, because these breweries are going to disappear. And if you think it doesn't impact you,
it definitely
does. Because eventually that brewery that you love, they're going to be in the same straits.
Yep.
They're going to be there as well. And it's not a matter of give this one up for this one. That's not what the beer industry is about.
That's not what it's about.
The beer industry, every brewery shores the other ones up.
Look,
it's one of the few industries that are like that. And John's going to bring up his pizza.
I'm not going there.
I've few industries that collaborates with one another. And that was something that you don't see, I mean, up until recently outside of beer.
This was a fantastic collaboration right here.
That's a little shameless. Where's my cans, John?
I'm holding it right now. So it was a twin elephant and Coastal Brew Works collab right there.
I'll trade you a hat for it.
I'll trade you, and I got one for Pete too. So
there you go.
I got a cool piece of twin history right here. It's one of the original prints of beer there with the monsters. Yeah, my buddy's Tom. He worked for Hunterdon, and he's the guy who did the art for their label. I love Twin Elephant. I've got some of their beers.
That's fantastic.
If we knew you're going to show so much stuff, we would have told you to reverse your.
Are you coming Thursday? I'll have your beer on Thursday.
Oh, cool! Thank you, John.
Yeah. So, but yeah, look, these brands will look. It's a certainty. If you don't patronize these brands, they will go away. It will go away. You have to, and these styles are phenomenal. And there's more to craft beer than just hazy New England IPAs. And I say that having brewed this beer.
Wow, we're straight up.
Yeah. So
you're getting shameless here.
There's no shameless because I can't sell you anything right now, so it doesn't matter. But.
That's true.
But hazy IPAs are phenomenal. I love them.
All my glasses are empty, John.
Well, your glasses are empty. So are mine. Is this one of your glasses that are empty?
Oh no, that's over there. I didn't pour into that. I'm just saying
you didn't pour into it.
Poured into
no, I know. Oh well, it's a sponsor, so I figured
Yeah, you're getting super shameless now. Wait a second. You're talking about this glass.
That glass there.
Yeah.
Pete doesn't have it yet. I got to get him a glass.
I think I need one of these for my endless glassware collection that's in my.
You need to get Pete one of those. I'm just thinking I've got nothing to drink. I don't know if I'm going to do a port or Malort.
Oh my God!
Don't drink Malort.
You don't drink Malort, Pete?
No.
Would you like a little?
No, thank you.
It's funny.
I love how that's become its own fucking thing now.
It's amazing.
It's its own damn thing. And it's funny because Doug Smith, who was on here earlier, and a few others, they're in that actual weird group that, and I'm included in it, that actually enjoy it.
Ooh. Spicy earwax is your thing, huh?
I have made cocktails out of it. Earwax.
We did it on the cocktail show. We made Malort cocktails on the cocktail show.
Wow.
We did.
I actually my favorite version of a Negroni is
and I still gotta try this.
It's Aquavit, Asbury Park's Aquavit, Malort, and sweet vermouth.
Okay.
You replaced the Campari with the Malort this week.
I replaced the gin with the Aquavit.
Well, right.
See, the Aquavit for the gin, I can almost get behind that.
But the thing about the Malort instead of the Campari is you get the bitterness without that added sweetness.
Okay.
And it turns it into more of a gentleman's drink. And I love that version of it. I love Negronis. I absolutely do.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite cocktails.
Negronis and Boulevardiers and Manhattans.
Boulevardiers. Remember that for tomorrow night, John.
Are you having a Boulevardier, are you? I may too. That's where I was going.
Well, the whole thing about it is, so we do a cocktail show. Tomorrow night's going to be a very special show.
It's a very special episode of Blossom tomorrow.
A very special episode of Blossom. Blossom's just had her. Whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to throw back to some of the cocktails that we created in the show that we love the most, but we're going to take a play on it and add an ingredient to it. So you just got a little insight into that. But there's if you're a fan of the show, definitely tune in tomorrow. Join us for this. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll pour some port.
Port's good too. I have bottles of port up there too. So, all right. So to wrap this all up, there's more. Where did Dave go?
To get port.
Oh.
Well, I just said it. Where you're not paying attention?
I thought you were just talking about it. I didn't think you're actually going to go get it.
Do I ever talk? Do I ever say anything that I'm not going to actually do?
No, you don't. I can't reach it. It's back over there. My favorite bottle of port is back over there, so I'm not going to.
What's your favorite bottle of port, John?
It's 20-year Teller Flagate.
Okay, here's the thing. Anybody who ever drinks port, if you enjoy your 10-year-old port, never, ever drink a 20. Because you're going to now start to spend more money than you ever wanted to on port. And if you've ever drank a 20 and you enjoy a 20 and you can afford a 20, never buy a 40.
That's my champagne rule. Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. This is a Teller Flagate.
Nice.
There's enough dust on there to make it worth its price. I just threw away the cardboard box yesterday that it came in. But it's a tawny.
There you go.
But in a couple of years, I may actually be in Porto.
Well, aren't you just like
the world traveler? I was just saying, the world traveler.
World traveler, yes.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ! I just broke the "Don't be a dick" cup.
You just broke the dick, yeah. So, just to catch up, Brian had stated grain alcohol and high C in a cooler. That's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you. In fact, I think we have it already. Dave, I'm not sure if you know this.
That reminds me of high school right there.
I know you know this. There are Mountain Dew cocktails. There are Arizona iced tea cocktails. There are Fresca cocktails.
Yes, as there should be.
Can RTDs.
Now, the grain alcohol and high C in a cooler. One of my favorite things is the flu fighting screwdriver, where you just take emergency and pour it right into vodka.
That'll work.
That'll work.
That'll do it. That'll cure what ails you.
The flu fighter.
Flu fighter. that predated anything. That whatchamacallit? Oh shit! Senior moment. Sorry.
David Grohl.
David Grohl, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
David Grohl did Flu Fighter. There you
The
go.
Flu Fighters.
Flu Fighters. There you go.
Come on.
But we talk about grain and what you call it?
No,
IC.
yeah, he said grain alcohol and high C dates back to 1978 to 1982.
It
He's
does.
right. No, he's right.
No, he does, but also vodka and Sunny D.
Vodka and Sunny D did too.
That
And
was-
there's Sunny D cocktails, RTDs
I'm
now.
sure.
There are.
I got
ordered them last
some
week.
high C Ecto Cooler from the Ghostbusters arena
the
a
Ecto
couple years
Cooler.
ago. I bet you can do some fun shit with that.
Oh my God!
Oh,
and,
God.
and on that note of a grain alcohol too, Pete. I know I've said it on the show a couple times, but we used to at the Firemen's Convention down in Wildwood every year. One guy in my fire company.
Oh, the cherries.
We used to take a gallon. He used to take a gallon of cherries every year. We get down there on a Thursday. It was Thursday to Saturday convention, right? Get into the hotel. He'd take a gallon of cherries. He'd dump out all of the juice in the cherries.
Okay.
Right. Then he'd fill the cherry
There's
gallon up.
Maraschinos, right?
Maraschinos, yeah. And he'd fill the entire thing up with Everclear.
Ooh.
Okay. And then he'd cap it, tape it, date it, put it in a closet, and pull out the one he made last year.
Okay.
And that's the one we had all weekend.
Nice and soaked through.
2 of those, you were shot. 2 cherries, 2 little cherries, you were shot.
Wow.
You were shot. So there you go.
There's a dirty joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, there you go. So that's in there too. But and then Brian also said Brooks was the 13th brewery in New Jersey.
Okay.
Well, you were cursed from the
And
beginning.
that also, Brian, that also included brew pubs too. It was not just breweries, not production breweries.
This is true.
That also included
Old Chip was in there.
Old Chip was in there.
Harvest Moon, Long Valley.
Harvest Moon was in there. Long Valley, absolutely.
Basil Teas.
Krogs.
Basil Teas.
Krogs,
Wow.
yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Gretchen.
Shout out to Gretchen. She's the best.
Shout out to Gretchen.
I'll even shout out Dave Hoffman.
There you go.
Oh, why would you do that? IPAs are a fad.
I love Dave. I've known him for. I grew up in
Dave
Roosevelt, so
There you go.
I'm a big fan.
And anytime I was at the bar on a Wednesday morning, and we didn't open until 4:00. I'm there Wednesday morning. I'm eating my breakfast. I got deliveries coming all Wednesday, right? It's like 9:00 in the morning. I hear the back door open, and I know who it is. All of a sudden, I hear, "Hey, John!
My porter is the best porter that ever existed."
Actually, Gretchen has one of my favorite photos in New Jersey craft beer history.
Mm-hmm.
And one of her original tanks when she opened Little Dog was donated to her by Dave.
Okay.
And it's a picture of him.
The tank she brews on is Dave's old sister.
Yep. And it's a picture of Dave with that tank, and he's smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the pumpkin picture?
It's the pumpkin picture.
I have
The
that
pumpkin.
magazine. I have the physical hard copy of that magazine.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures in New Jersey craft beer history because Dave Hoffman is smiling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rarity. It's a beautiful thing.
I've taken a couple pictures with Dave that he's smiling. It's a rarity, but it's definitely
It happened. But what I love about that is it's just indicative of the collaboration between the New Jersey breweries, and that family atmosphere that has been fostered through the years. When you look at her, the picture that she took in her first mash in at Little Dog, the person that we shall not name is there.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's there.
He's there.
I think Mike's there from Kane, I believe.
Mike is there from Kane.
And
I was not there.
There's a few other dignitaries in the craft beer world. I think Flying Fish has a representation there as well. So it's just the pictures that she had from her early days they're just wonderful because you can see that the family that people talk about competition within industries. It doesn't really happen too much in craft beer. It's John, what's your word?
Co-opetition.
Right.
It's co-opetition.
They're all there to help each other. They want to see each other succeed.
100%.
If they succeed, the others succeed.
100%. That's the way it works. That's the way it is. I'm pulling this up right now.
What are you pulling up there?
No.
I was trying to fill You're getting
You were
slower.
doing. You were doing very well. You were doing.
You're
very
getting
well.
slower and slower at these things, John.
Hold on.
Do you not know how to read a map anymore? Is that the problem?
No, there we go. Here we go. Here
Okay.
we go.
Here we go. What do you got there?
It's me, Matt, and Gretchen.
That's Gretchen. That's with Dave smiling. We can get Gretchen smiling all the time. That's
Yeah, I know.
She does that.
Well, no, it's Matt. It's not Dave. Yeah, so there you go.
I know, but I thought you were going to bring up one with Dave smiling.
No, I didn't have one with Dave smiling. So.
Okay, that's how rare it is. Okay.
So
that picture fucks.
Stop.
This is just something that Matt introduced to me. It's like, what is it? I'm sorry, I'm too old for this slime.
Matt actually did say that. Dave said he was at a brewery in.
It was Chaos. It was Chaos Brewing.
Chaos Brewing in Rhode Island.
And the thing is, he said Chaos fucks, and I read it as sucks because I'm not used to this slang, and so I argued with him, and then John had to remind me that it means that they're fire.
Yeah. He's not wrong. That's what it does.
No, that's exactly what you said. When he says that, it means it's, and he had the emoji of fire. So John actually used the fire reference. So just saying, but they're both. Matt's absolutely right. Chaos Brewing out in Connecticut. That's a fantastic brewery.
It is.
What are you up to, John? What are you doing? What are you trying to find?
I'm looking for that other picture, and then we'll end the show. There we go. So I had to pull it up. It's got to be right here. Hold on 1 second.
What'd you call before a bio break?
Bio break. You're off to a bio break, Pete.
It's coming soon.
There it is, right there. There's the picture of me, Rick Reed, and Brian Boak that Dave took.
Oh, cool.
That's the one.
That's great.
Yeah, that's one of my more cherished pictures.
I gotta find my Monster Mash T-shirt after this.
You have a Monster Mash T-shirt?
Monster Mash T-shirt. Oh my! I'm actually jealous. I've known Brian. I've been friends with him for years. I don't have a Monster Mash T-shirt. There you go.
That's wow.
That's great.
I think you've trumped every fucking thing we've said on the show here.
I think he has. Pete has won the show.
I ain't trying to win. I just can't believe Boakes was like the talk of this show. That was not what I was expecting at all.
Brian tends to make himself the talk of most shows. So,
look, I need to go on record as saying I think there's a lot more to delve into on this particular topic. On that note, we have been a champion of this particular topic for many episodes at this point.
Ever since we lost
Anchor. Ever since we lost Anchor. For the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame, Marty Nachel, we're putting together an actual section of the website for legacy brands and driving this particular topic home as well. So this isn't something that's just fly by night and let's think of something to talk about this week on the show. No, it's not. It's very important. This is ridiculously important.
And if you're not a friend of Martin Nachels on Facebook, do so, especially if you've been around the craft beer world for a while, because he asks some very important questions. There's a reason he's asking these questions, and it's all about the history of craft beer. Marty is working on a book, and it's craft beer stories. He wants input from everybody who's been in this for a while. The stories that you have, he wants to hear. Marty introduced that he was doing the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame, we all went, the fuck, I didn't think of that. But the fact that it's Marty adds so much weight to this. If anybody can do this, he can, and he did. So we've already got one inducted class, and if you want to know who they were, we're running out of time to be able to go through the whole thing.
Well, Go to AmericanCraftBeerHallOfFame.com. We've already talked about the first inductee, and that was Jack McAuliffe. He was in this inaugural class. So go to American Craft Beer Hall of Fame, and you can find out who was in there. And then and within the next few weeks, actually, you're going to see a lot of talk about the chatter about this particular topic that we've been talking about all night tonight. And the legacy brands and the landmark beers, we're calling it, and what got us here, the beers that got us here, and the beers that have shaped the the craft beer industry, since it started, and it didn't do people. It didn't start in 2017 with hazy IPAs. It started in the 70s. It started before the 70s. Technically, the oldest craft brewery in the country is going to be 200 years old in 4 years.
And if you have never taken the tour, take the tour.
Yeah.
Wear a hat because you'll get dripped on in the
You'll
cave.
get dripped on in the cave, yeah, at Yangling. But
if you've never been there, you need to get there.
But yeah, even Anchor, we're talking about, it closed. They were Anchor started in the 1800s.
Yep.
Okay.
But 72 is when it became relevant.
The craft beer industry as we know it today started in its infancy, even though it was around for a long time. Started in its infancy in the 70s. Okay, and it really started blossoming in the 80s and the 90s.
It started with the heir to a appliance company.
Yeah. Fritz Maytag buying Anchor, or getting his grandfather and father to help him buy Anchor. Either way.
So you think of it,
the one, half dozen the other.
Gordon Jumpin, the Maytag repairman, but also they're related to the Maytag blue cheese.
And Dave, what's my favorite seasonal Christmas winter seasonal beer?
Yeah, it's the Anchor special Christmas fair. Not that one. Not that one.
Celebration.
There you go.
Yeah.
100%. No, he hates that
beer. As John Starodomsky mentioned last week, Celebration Ale is owed to Fritz Maytag because the original Liberty Ale was a fresh hop beer, and that Ken Grossman actually took and started Celebration Ale.
Nice.
So there's a lot of history here. There's a lot of history. And we're happy to help you understand it and help you learn it. And we'll talk about it.
But a good place to learn about it is the American Craft Beer
Hall of Fame. Go to the website.
John's part of the board of directors.
Yep. And we'll put that out there. And anything that's posted, anything that's on the website, and anything that's posted on any of the social media for American Craft Beer Hall of Fame will of course be on the Log Room Guys social media as well.
We have a tie to it
a little bit. So and Dave is on a board of advisors. So, but
which was news to me when you told me that the last time.
In any event, my point in saying this, and Pete hasn't said a word for a little bit here, so my point in saying this is, I think that it's imperative that we actually do pick this up again at a later date, maybe in late September, early October. The next time we have an open slot in the
well, the one I do,
and actually, and I'm actually saying this. I'm really believing this. I think we should actually have a show, the three of us, because Pete's takes on us are very important. I think we should have a show, the three of us and Marty and H.L.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, one thing that has really impressed me during this show is you and I have been in this a long time.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Pete's a little younger than us.
A little
38.
bit.
But his breadth of knowledge
exceeds some people in their 50s and 60s.
It exceeds his age drastically. And I've got to say, Pete, I really, really appreciate it.
And this is not condescending. This is
no, not whatsoever.
Pete knows how I feel.
Thank you. I'm seriously impressed with not just your knowledge of what's out there, but your understanding of the importance of what has been and on what is now, considering what your role in the craft beer industry is, because your job's to sell it.
Yep. I live and breathe it. And if it wasn't for craft beer, I wouldn't have owned my first house or now my second house.
Yeah.
And have my family. I owe everything to beer, more or less.
But what I'm trying to point out here is that it's that knowledge, it's that passion, it's the understanding of where this all came from that I think that's made you very successful in what you do.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
It's rare that we, again, like John said, I've been trying not to make this condescending, but it's rare to see someone in your age bracket have this full understanding that you have.
There are a few, but there's a lot less than you would think.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than you would think. I shouldn't say that. There's a lot more than you would think. There's a lot less than should be.
Sure.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. So no, we really want to thank you for for being on the show.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, but second of all, being just an amazing ambassador.
That's the important part. That's by far anything else. That's the important part. Being the ambassador that you are, Pete. And I've known you for
a lot longer than I thought. Yeah,
10 or 12 years at this point. But yeah.
And I've known him for 3 hours. And I've got to say I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Pete.
So, yeah.
Thank you for having me, guys. That was awesome. I'd love to come back and do it again. And
let's
a different topic or whatever.
Yeah, I do want to schedule that because we'll have a show with Marty H.O. for the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame, the new inductees later in the year. But let's get something going. Like
I've got some thoughts about that.
Late September, early October. And this is my point. I would love to this whole entire show because Marty and I have been talking about this, as well as everybody on the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame board. This is something that's being taken care. We're building this right now, right? So at that point in time would be a perfect time for him come on. So I would love to have Marty's take and your take and our take, the four of us together. This would be it would be an amazing show.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's work on that. Let's put that together. But thank you so much for coming on the show. Love the fact that you took the time and didn't leave the show and went and said goodnight to your
briefly
3-year-old.
No, that's respect.
That's more important. That is more important. 100% more important. But love the fact that you stayed on the show and you came on the show and you're like Dave said, your wealth of knowledge and the fact that you're an ambassador for this particular and you and I have talked about this ad nauseum
a couple times.
You know,
and we will continue to talk about that.
And we will. But
John never talked about anything at nauseam.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, but we'll talk more about that. And on that note for today, though, we will wrap up the show. We want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening.
This is where John picks mites out of his beard.
I do. I go this. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerom.com.
I just made him so self-conscious. It's awesome.
That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch every Tuesday night at around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Pandora, Amazon Music, iTunes Music, YouTube Music, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes, pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Pete, once again, thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about a couple things after we sign off. I got a 9-4 tonight. Yes,
you crushed it. You crushed it tonight. Despite me trying to throw you off your fucking game, you crushed it tonight.
I was mentally prepared tonight. There you go. So anyway, stick around, Pete. Once again, drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. And we will talk to you next week, folks. Actually, Dave will talk to you next week. I'll briefly talk to you next week. I'm on vacation.
John's on the road.
This was show 240. This was show. Okay.
And 241 will be the first
241 will be the first time I don't run the show. Dave is. I'll be on it briefly, but Dave will be running.
And I'm going to need that closing spiel.
There you go. I'll send it to you.
You got to send me the closing.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, folks. I'll never be able to do that justice.
I'll sign back in after at the end of the show and give you my rating.
And we will. Yeah, you should please do that. But we
I might be at Navarre Res getting beers that weren't available for you when we were there.
Oh, fuck you. It's supposed to be Don't Be a Dick Day, but you just pulled that off. That's a long story, Pete. Not that long, actually. But no. So next week, we will be talking to someone in the Rhode Island beer industry.
Beer industry.
Yeah, we'll get his take on the closure of Smug. Because I know he's close with Rob.
He's close to Rob, and he's not that far away from them either.
No, not at all.
Providence, Pawtucket's right there, so yeah.
You could walk there. Well, technically anything.
Well, you could walk. Any place
is walking distance if you have the time.
I mean, you could walk from southeast Rhode Island to northwest Rhode Island in about a half an hour. So, I mean, yeah.
That's not entirely true, but
you get where I'm going.
So the longest drive that you could ever possibly do in Rhode Island is
about 45 minutes.
2.5 hours, actually.
No, about 45 minutes.
Okay, you're not.
No traffic. No
traffic. Okay, then it's an hour 15.
I'm going to pee. I'll be right back.
Go for it. All right, folks. We'll talk to you next week, folks. Enjoy.
Yep. Cheers.